This is a HeadGum podcast.
Welcome to another episode of All Fantasy Everything, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you so much for joining us again. I am your host, Ian Karmel. Today, we are drafting rap clicks.
Oh boy,
clicks from the world of hip hop. It's gonna be tough. We're doing a four banger.
Four? Okay.
We got four people. Well, no, we're gonna do 5 rounds.
5 rounds.
But we got
okay.
four people in here picking.
Oh, God.
We'll see if we can get to 5 rounds. It might.
It's like those old NBA drafts where they draft like 9 rounds.
Yeah.
Somebody's like, owner's cousin got picked.
Yeah.
Oh, God. With the sandwich pick
People
between drafts.
justifying Murphy Lee solo projects.
What was the hook going to be? I don't know.
Tail feather was shaking.
Joining me today, we have a blue ribbon panel drafting rap clicks.
Oh, yeah.
Today I'm joined by Jeff Weiss.
Yeah.
Writer,
yeah, apparently.
journalist.
Sometimes
with Playboy, sometimes with LA Weekly.
Yeah.
Sometimes with Rolling
A
Stone.
website called Passion of the Weiss.
Passion of the Weiss. At
Yeah.
Passion Weiss. At
On
Otto von
Twitter.com.
Bismarcky.
Otto von Passion
no.
Weiss. Yeah, Otto von Bismarcky is just my...
is the handle.
yeah, and Hannibal Moncrief, but we don't talk about him.
What is
often.
Hannibal Moncrief?
He's a peyote runner off the coast of Papua New Guinea. He's
I'm
the guy who's
so excited
He's
right
funding.
now.
He's funding my label. It's his drug money. I have a label called POW Reporting.
That's
And he's
Shit, that's
Mike was Mike was the one that he linked me up with him. And
Hannibal
he was like,
Moncrief.
Hannibal Moncrief. Yeah,
Orchestral
he's
maneuvers in the
illustrious.
dark. I like that.
Yeah. Seriously.
That's
He
the dude who
played
wears
the
mascots.
theremin in a band called Infinite Transgression. He was really into Race Rummered before they became a thing.
Yeah, back when they were like the
Yeah.
Hot Boys or something.
Yeah,
They had, like,
yeah,
a dumb name.
yeah. He's on it, but you know.
Where can people? What's your latest project? What can people look into
God.
right now?
I just did a Run the Jewels interview for Pitchfork.
Oh,
So,
fantastic.
yeah, so it's on pitchfork.com,
Look for that. Go to the
which is a website.
pitchfork.com/website.
And, just follow me on Twitter. I need followers and self-esteem.
Yeah,
Just do that.
check that. Go there and validate him.
Yeah.
Additionally, we have podcast favorite, good,
Oh, boy.
amazing stand-up comedian, fresh. Well, when this comes out, not fresh, but fresh off your Conan debut.
Fresh enough, man. I'm going to write that on.
Yes,
Ooh, that's nice.
crushed it on the Conan O'Brien program.
Oh, man. How'd
Rave
you do
reviews, man. Rave reviews. David
Is that on?
Gborie.
Is that out? Can I watch
it?
that?
It's
It's
on
out.
YouTube.
I had no idea.
Somebody
Yes.
in the comments called me Hannibal Burgers, which I think is his
I
favorite.
like
Cats.
I think I saw that and liked it.
It's so good. I liked
Super
it. It was
funny.
so good.
Hannibal Burgers.
I'm going to tell him.
Shout out to whoever said Hannibal. Yeah, you should text Hannibal.
Yeah, shout out to whoever said that,
Yeah.
man. Going hard in the YouTube comments. I appreciate it.
Hannibal Burgers.
Sometimes YouTube comments like the best music criticism. now.
Crazy.
yeah.
Like, man, they go hard.
Yeah. Whatever some comparable ones. What could have... God.
That was the best one. The rest of them were just like, he looks like he's wearing a fat suit.
I know, that's the worst. Hannibal Burgers is good.
Hannibal Burgers is a good joke.
You be Hannibal Burgers and I'll go by Artie Langers. Which
It's a great pastrami
a
sandwich.
little bit of local reference. Artie Langers and Hannibal. I mean, Artie Lang's already fat, so that's like bad. At the G is silent
At the
on
G is-
Twitter. Cool Guy Jokes on Instagram. Where
Cool Guy
can people?
Jokes 87.
87. That's right. This is going to drop in about 2 weeks. Is there anywhere people can see you or anything
around
to
2
check
weeks.
out?
Oh, I'll be in San Francisco for Sketchfest.
Yes.
At the Chapel doing the guest list for Rooftop Comedy or Audible or something like that.
Yeah.
The 26th of January.
Very good. Fantastic. Rounding us out today, we have Mike Eagle
Hello.
joining us.
What's going down?
Comedian, MC,
Yeah.
Bon
mostly
vivant.
MC.
urban farmer.
Yes.
Homestead.
Now it can be told. I actively urban farm.
We can finally reveal that you have a potato acreage.
No,
His artisanal cabbage was magnificent.
potatoes are out of season. Actually,
Oh,
it's
I'm
green
sorry.
beans.
It's green bean season. That's obviously I'm not a farmer.
Look.
You're at Mike_Eagle on Twitter.
That is I.
What's your latest? What can people check out?
Oh, just go to my shows and stuff.
Yeah.
That's probably the thing to do. Me and Baron Vaughn's comedy showcase, The New Negroes, is going to be at Riot Fest in LA. I think this should be You should be able to hear this right around that time. So.
That is one of the, like, every festival I go to that it's at is like constantly sold out. It's
Best
like one
show
of
I did
the.
last year.
It's such a good show.
Yeah.
How do I get booked on it? No.
Oh, yeah. I don't. That's a problem I don't think I can solve right
I'll
here
talk
right
to Baron.
now.
I'll talk to Baron. It's good.
I'll do him a lot.
Jackie Robinson.
I'll do him a lot. I would love to, if there is ever a Jackie Robinson for that, I would love love to be that guy. I will write 42 on my chest in blue paint.
Break the color line.
Or 24. It is a fantastic show. That's hard
Thanks,
to do
man.
to create that separation. So congratulations on that, man.
Yeah, it's super fun, and we're really enjoying doing it every month.
It's a great show. So check out that show. Check out anytime you do him. I have to check just the qualifiers video, which is the
laundromat one.
Yeah, the laundromat one.
Yeah.
I remember. I think I couldn't have still. When did that come out?
Like 2013, 14?
2013.
Yeah.
So I might have just been leaving Portland. I remember. I think I stumbled upon it on either Facebook or Twitter, and I must have watched it like 100 times.
That's awesome.
It's just so good.
Yeah, no, there were very many unsuspecting people doing laundry.
Yeah.
While we were rapping.
You walked into I love the beat. The song itself is just great. You walked
Thanks.
into a laundromat and just performed a song. It was fantastic.
Yeah, and
Kind of
yeah.
pioneered that.
Yeah.
Actually. It was some-
Yeah, you know what did? Yeah, I think
was a-
Solange bit it or something after that. I think so.
Yo,
Laundromat.
that's crazy.
I would love to be
I
bit by
never
Solange.
even thought about that.
If Solange starts doing a fantasy draft podcast, then I will count myself your
Right.
equal.
If Solange does a Conan, I'm gonna freak out.
Solange would probably do a great. Solange would do Conan, and Pitchfork would give it a 9.8 somehow.
Yes, I concur. They would. Indeed, they would.
So today we are drafting rap clicks.
Oh man.
The way we determine the draft order every time is through a game of rock paper scissors, highly sophisticated. So the three of you will be playing a game of rock paper scissors. If anyone doubles up, the person who doesn't double up is going to be the winner, and they determine the draft order. If you all get the same one, then you just play again, and it's rock paper scissors shoot. We got it.
Okay, wait. So
Yeah.
who's playing?
All
Us
three of
three.
you.
Okay, we're playing rock paper scissors.
Rock paper scissors.
The three of us. And then what happens if somebody ties?
If all three of you tie, we do it again. But if only two of you tie, the person who doesn't tie is the winner.
Oh, that's so weird.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
Yeah, it's a weird, and it's on shoot.
It's
So
rock paper scissors shoot.
Got it.
All right. So
Okay.
we're going to do it right now to determine the draft order.
All right.
Jeff, you ready to get
He's
it
not
involved?
ready. He's
I'm
going
here.
to lose.
All right. Here
So
we
I'm just
go.
looking up
It's
rap
intense.
cubs for the last minute. I'm like,
All right. Here we go. Rock paper scissors shoot. Oh well. Listen, Mike, you threw early, but Mike wins anyway.
Yeah,
David and Jeff tied up.
That's
so,
fair. That's fair.
Mike, you get to determine the order of the draft.
I am definitely first.
Mike
It's
is
also,
first?
It's serpentine. So
Should
that
point out
means
it's
like
serpentine.
It's like it goes 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, or 1, 2, 3, 4, and then 4, 3. Like so, you'll have to do it double.
The second
yeah.
round, you double up.
Yeah, you have to double up.
Okay. I think I understand.
So you're still going first. Well,
I'm definitely going first.
Yeah.
It'll all become clear. So Mike's going first. Who do you like to go second?
David.
David's
Thank
going
God.
second.
Okay.
Who do you want to go third?
Jeff.
All right, we're going to go right around the
I want
circle,
to be
Jeff.
clockwise
And
for
then
my,
I
for
will
my
round
mentality.
it out at the end. So, with the first pick of the All Fantasy Everything Rap Click Draft, Mike Eagle, you are on the clock.
I am selecting my favorite personal rap click of all time, Native Tongues.
Native Tongues.
Pretty
Native
good first pick.
Tongues.
It's a good first
Tribe
pick.
Called Quest, De La Soul, some leaders of the new school,
Yeah.
Queen Latifah and Moni Love and Prince Paul,
Jungle
and
Brothers.
Black Sheep and the Jungle,
Jungle
Brothers.
Brothers.
They'd be really mad I said them last.
Baby Bam's gonna put out a hit on you.
He's gonna be wearing lots of mascara.
They like A Tribe Called Quest and De La Soul both put out good albums this year.
They
Yes,
did.
so
and
good.
that's from that's an early 90s rap click. That's amazing. Like Queen Latifah is like old Hollywood at this point.
Hey, but she's not a bitch.
She's not. No, don't call her that.
I like that song better than. You know what my favorite Queen Latifah song is?
Huh.
And this is very controversial. The intro to Living Single.
Oh.
Yeah.
That's tight.
My homegirl standing to my left. Am I right?
It's true. We're stuck like
Like
glue.
glue.
Yeah. that's hard.
Check it out. That's my favorite Queen Long verse.
That's a good one.
Wasn't Big Les doing a lot of like karate in the intro or something like that?
There was a girl and she was in she was on a rooftop.
It's
just
Big
like-
Les from Rap City.
Is it? No,
Yeah.
it's not.
Yeah, Big Les is a
Really?
dancer. That was her.
Real okay, because it's like silhouetted.
Yeah.
Like you know how all the '90s videos were like real silhouetted.
Yeah.
Poof hair, and she's just kicking.
Yep. Lots of
Hip-hop
kicks.
kicks.
Lots
They
of
just
kicks.
figured out silhouettes at that point.
Yeah, like soft blue lighting
Yeah,
on the
yeah.
rooftop.
Wind and Silhouettes. You can't do much better than Native Tongues, man.
No,
and when
that's hot.
and when they would get together, like on Scenario with Busta from Leaders of the New School coming over, and like when they would do songs together, they were always so good.
Buddy, yeah.
Buddy, yeah.
Scenario.
All kind of like DJ Red Alert? All like
DJ Red Alert was one of the Jungle Brothers' uncles, so he brought a lot of them together.
Really?
Yeah.
I was just watching. Have you seen that Stretch and Bobito documentary?
Yes, I love it.
Yo,
so
when
much.
Busta's freestyling on that, so good.
It's
He wasn't
so
freestyle. That was a
good.
verse, though. That was a verse.
Was it?
was
Oh
a
yeah,
verse.
because they were talking about who had writtens and who had freestyles.
I love that. Was my favorite
Yeah.
thing about it.
Man,
I
couple
tweeted
people-
that to Bobito, like, I love how you guys put which ones are freestyle.
Right, they calling people out. Yeah.
that video,
Like verse
or
that would later
documentary.
appear. That's a good one. Beats, Rhymes, and Life, to shout that out again. Great
Yes.
Tribe Called Quest documentary that briefly touches on the Native Tongues. But yeah, they were great. Like really, like the first sort of...
The first Black Sheep album is incredible. 'Cause,
Yeah,
like
it's
some of the
awesome.
best, like they all like I think when gangster rap was rising, they had like in the sense where it was like never self-righteous. It was kind of like parodying, kind of funny. I mean, it got a little. I think with more Stakes High, got a little more serious. But they were that antidote, I suppose, at the time.
Absolutely.
Right, yeah.
Oh,
they didn't
And
fit
they
into the
founded
gangster
so
rap
many
thing.
different kind of. They pretty much founded alternative rap. If you think which became.
Right, absolutely.
Birth the backpack.
If not them, who? Right? I mean, before...
Yeah, I mean, who? Yeah, I can't imagine who else. Would
They invented neon.
Yeah.
Little known fact.
They were responsible for the Daisy insurgents of
Yes,
the
they were.
mid-90s.
Yeah,
Yeah.
definitely.
A lot of Daisy. Yeah.
And also, I gotta give credit to De La Soul for also just like being like everyone thought they were really like soft, but they would just beat motherfuckers.
They
up.
would beat a lot of people.
Did they really?
They did.
Yeah.
They were down with the Violators, which was Chris Lighty's management
Yeah,
group,
yeah,
and
yeah,
all
yeah.
of them
Yeah.
were known for going
Yeah.
in places and beating people up.
Yeah,
All
No
of
because
them.
like people
shit.
would think that they were like PM Dawn,
Yeah.
but De La Soul was
And
You know
especially
what?
DJ
People say
Mace,
plug
Mace
1
or
and 2
DJ.
are hippies. I say it's pure plug bull.
You know they have a whole song called "It Ain't Hip to Be a Hippie," where they're literally explaining to people. Daisy was an acronym. We're not hippies.
Yeah.
We will fight you.
I guess because if I think about everything that they came out with afterwards, it doesn't even seem like on that kind of hype at all.
They I think their whole career is always like them taking a look at what they just did and like, okay, we went too far.
Yeah,
Dialing it back on.
I would say that last Tribe album too kind of puts them over the edge too, because you can't think of any. I mean, how many groups have been offered 15 years and then come back and dropped
Yeah,
it?
that album's amazing.
Yeah,
It's amazing.
so good.
And to drop it at that time, like it'll forever, I think, be remembered as being dropped
That
the-
week.
It's-
Yeah.
Prescient, man. It was like it's the first post-Trump art
Yeah.
that was
Yeah.
created pre-Trump.
Yeah, it knew.
Yeah.
Somehow
oh
it knew.
man, that's crazy.
They did know. It's only, and it reminds me of that. Like I may have said this before, but it reminds me of that. When Chappelle hosted Saturday Night Live right after Trump was elected, and that
And
sketch with
Tribe
him.
yeah,
was
they were
on.
on.
Tribe
Well, they
it.
were on it.
That was
So,
that was
But
their
that sketch with him and Chris Rock, where it's like, oh,
Yeah.
now
Oh, that
you
was
think things are bad
so
now?
good.
Oh, now things are bad for you. And like Tribe is kind of, they're like, oh no, things were shitty also under Hillary.
Yeah. Oh man, that fucking sketch. Oh, Kentucky, that's where the racists.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
But that new Tribe album is so good.
amazing.
The guest features are
yeah,
amazing.
Consequence kills it. Busta kills it.
Yeah.
Even Jerobe, like, it's not
Yeah.
the best in the world, but I love it. Like, it's Jerobe.
Like, who
Still
would have bet on
underrepresented.
Jerobe?
Yeah.
Like,
And then the new De La Soul has David Byrne and shit on it.
Right.
And
They have
Two-
like crazy
and
features
2 Chainz.
too. And 2 Chainz.
we might have the best verse.
Looking forward to that David Byrne 2 Chainz album.
That collabo
Yeah.
has been needed, man.
The talking getting heads.
I don't
Yeah.
Oh, copyright that.
Points.
Yo, I just want to ghostwrite it.
Native Tongue. That's an excellent pick.
a perfect
Man, just so many good, like and people who've lasted too. Like
Yeah.
Busta was around back then, and Busta's still putting out music.
Busta's one of the greatest rappers of all time, in my opinion. In
I
terms of
agree.
the technical craft of rapping, there's not too many people in the world who can do as many things as he can do.
He's
I think that's fair. I 100%.
he's amazing at it. He can, yeah, and then he'll
Just
do
as
that.
a rapper, straight up, like
He'll do that like precision,
Yes.
syllable
So
stuff.
technical.
So technical, and then he'll
it
rap in
doesn't-
like a patois too.
But it doesn't get lost in the sauce. Like a lot of times, you listen to a fast rapper,
Yeah.
and you're like, "Oh, this is like kind of garbage," but like, not Busta. Like, listen to fucking what's Put Your Hands Where My Eyes Can See.
Yeah.
Oh, my
like you
God.
look at the lyrics of that song and it's like bars.
Yep.
Like it's all bars. Like,
Yeah.
Busta's like
I feel that Busta came out like in the late 2000s. He would be regarded as one of the greatest rappers of all time on site because like I feel like what Wayne was doing was kind of very similar to what Busta was doing, kind of just destroying.
I
things.
believe for sure.
But like he didn't maybe have like the. I mean, When Disaster Strikes is a pretty great album.
It's
but,
right.
Like, Busta was
Becoming is a pretty great album.
Busta was so disruptive. Like I remember the first time I saw the "I Got You All in Check" video.
Yeah.
and it was like nothing I had ever seen before.
Brand
I was
new.
like, "Who is this dude? Why does his jacket match the background?" And he was just he's just this big Jamaican dude screaming. Like it didn't even like.
Busta and Hype, was it Hype Williams who directed most?
Yes.
Yeah, that is one of my favorite
The
collaborations.
original
Oh,
Fish
man.
Eye Lens,
Such good
like just
videos.
insanity video.
The dress, the
Him-
dress with Martha Stewart, an iconic performance.
Yo, dress, man. Oh, man. Even like I was just watching this video the other day. Remember the video, Busta and Janet?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Dude, that video cost $1 million.
Yeah,
It was
Yeah,
That video cost $1 million.
because it was like the.
It looked like it at the time. Now, if you look back, it looks
It
like it cost
doesn't hold up.
$4,500.
That's just a bunch of tinfoil.
Yeah, right. I remember that video was in heavy rotation.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Janet
oh,
was
man.
fucking hot in that video too.
Sweet. Yeah.
Yeah.
Come on. Oh, she just had a baby, and I was just mystified.
Oh, at 50, right?
50,
Yeah, man.
She's gonna live forever,
But
though.
she can do everything. So
Yeah.
I feel like
Yeah,
she
she's-
made
she's-
Rhythm Nation, so
yeah.
you're allowed to have babies at 74.
Man.
Whatever you want. In 1814 or 1812, like she was born then.
Moni Love was British, right?
Yep.
So it was
Moni
like
Love was British.
Native Tongues was international too.
Yep, man.
Very good. The rare British rapper.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How many British rappers? Although
Slick
some,
Rick.
I like Dizzy.
Slick Rick.
Oh,
Yeah, they all
Slick
got, they all
Rick
got
is-
sexy
yeah.
voices.
I
All the
feel like
British
Slick-
rappers.
I feel like Slick
sexy
Rick, though,
voices.
we
Dana
get Slick
Dane.
Rick.
Dana
Wasn't he
Dane, the
British?
Slick
Dana
Rick
Dane.
copy.
Yeah.
No,
Yeah.
Dane was British. I had no
He
idea.
might have just been a Slick Rick copy, honestly. He might have been from Philly, honestly. In hindsight.
Slick Rick, man. Also first eye patch rapper. So respect to that.
Him and
long
OG
lineage.
Mako and
yeah.
Bushwick Bill. Is that it?
OGG. Well, how's OG Mako doing? Has there
I
been a
don't
second
know.
OG Mako
Jeff,
song?
how's OG Mako
How's
doing?
OG Mako
That
doing?
was gas.
Question.
He lives in the valley now, I think.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, he was like, I
the
hate
Zankow
you guessed
chick.
it. This is the worst song. And it's like, dude, that was by far your best song. Like,
Yeah.
Yeah,
and
come
you-
on.
you
That was a
got it.
great
You
song.
guys,
Great
it was
song.
good.
He been kicking it with
that's
Rick
like that-
Rubin, though. I think he's working on some shit.
Okay.
Yeah.
With Rick Rubin, really?
Yes. His
Whoa.
Twitter header is like him kicking it with Rick Rubin. Like,
Just
whoa.
him eating vegan donuts in Malibu.
Yeah, it looks like they're sitting on somebody's porch. It's really, it's a lot. It's a lot.
Shout out to OG Mako,
Yeah.
who's a listener of this podcast. No, he's not.
I love you, and I love you guys.
I love you.
I'll send this
I love it.
episode to him.
Send it to him.
I'll send this episode
We love
to
you,
him.
OG Mako. I
Yeah,
hope shit's
man.
going well for you.
That video?
That video was
man.
great.
It was so good.
That video, maybe it spoke to us as stand-ups because it was like being in a hotel at like
Yeah,
3
we-
in the
Yes,
morning.
exactly.
With
Right?
your friends,
Oh my God.
like, oh man,
Yeah.
I've done that. I've done
Like
that.
at a festival, just like hammered at a hotel, just like fucking around, being like, "Oh, we're gonna wake Ethel up for sure."
yeah,
I had that feeling watching that video, like, oh, we should have did this.
Right?
That's probably what
Yeah.
it is. I bet that has a lot to do with it.
It's not
just
too
like-
late, man. Bridgetown. Let's
Yeah.
fuck up. Let's
Oh,
fuck up whatever hotel
man.
they put us in.
Fuck up Bridgetown.
I'm trying to beat last
Excellent. Native Tongues, such
Native
an excellent
Tongues.
pick. I mean, yeah, just so good. David Gborie, it is time for your first pick.
I think my first pick speaks to my age specifically.
All of mine speak to my age.
Yeah.
Let's get that out of the
Specifically,
way.
Just like ROC, the Rock Boys.
Oh,
Rockefeller.
yeah.
All right.
I thought you
Great
couldn't
call.
tell me in 2002 that they weren't going to take over the world.
Absolutely.
Like, I believed everything Dame Dash said. I love those dudes in my heart so much. Like, the fact that Jay and Dame aren't together, that's like your parents.
It
breaking
is
up.
kind yeah.
It's like, it was like, because it was like, in the whole story, and like, I don't know if you believe the lore, just the idea of just like coming in the game, independent. People were trying to give him $1 million for JU's, like, nah, we're going to do it ourselves. And Reasonable Doubt is like a little older than me. So that, like, when that album dropped, but like, the Blueprint was like,
I got in Blueprint 2.
Blueprint 2 was great.
Yeah.
But like the first one, because that was also the Kanye West marriage.
Yes.
It was just like, God, man, that Blueprint album. And then the Nas beef and just like, and then like Beanie Siegel was like the hitter.
And that, I have a technical question.
Yes.
Does the Rockefeller clique include state property?
No, I think it is. Yeah,
I think it is
okay,
for
so
sure.
state property
I think
and all that.
100%.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Because
State
that
property
was
might
I
like,
need
the
to
clique.
adjust my list.
did you have Major Figures? Because that's its own.
No, I don't even know.
Let's talk about Young Chris for a second.
Major
What
Figures
will we
was
talk
those
about
Philly
when we
dudes,
talk
though.
about
They're
Young
cool.
Chris?
Major Figures is great. But yeah, Rockefeller, I think they did everything like They did everything a crew needs to do. They did it all successfully. It was just such. That was a good time.
They were huge. Who did anyone spin off in a big way? I mean, out of the
Emil.
Spun off into obscurity.
Yeah, and spun off into a job at H&R Block.
He's hanging out with Jazzo right now.
We'll get him back. It's like the start of Macbeth. They're just brewing a witch's cauldron in the Eye of Newt.
Sit in a dark room in the projects cursing.
No. That's Jay-Z is a cold piece of work.
Yeah.
No. Rockefeller. I love that. Like, I was in it, man. Like Rockaware hoodies and like
clothing
I watched
lines.
the State Property, the movie. It was so bad, but I watched it. And then, but Paid in Full was a Rockefeller movie, and that movie is incredible.
Yeah, Paid in Full is dope.
Yeah, like that. But yeah, as a crew, that was just. Everything about it. I thought they were the coolest. I was like a Beanie Siegel guy.
Yeah, I love Beanie
Because
Siegel.
I thought I was a tough guy.
Yeah.
But like
Freeway also.
Man.
Freeway was
a
great.
fun fact, influenced by Drez of a Black Sheep, one of his biggest
Really?
influences.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, you got to hear it. Yeah.
Have you heard Freeway since he's been back now? It's not.
It's not what
It's not.
yeah.
Cool. He was like on that 1-900 song, 1-900 Hustler. Freeway, like that dude was like,
And that's probably
he's like fucking without a condom on. It was like some, you know what I mean? It was just so. I was like, this guy is just like talking.
Also, the only I think song where Memphis Bleak raps better than Jay-Z on 1-800.
1-900 Hustler. That's a good, because that was a good verse. They don't get. We know you got a brick, but sell them 20s till they're tired.
Yeah.
That was a good.
Yeah.
Good for you, Bleak.
Bleak was so like he kind of like because those early verses on the Jay-Z, Unreasonable Doubt. That's a great verse. He was like 16 years old. You know.
You know where else Bleak is good is on the Nutty Professor 2 soundtrack. Hey Poppy.
Yeah.
Oh, that's an amazing
That's
song.
a great
Amazing
song. That's a great
and
Bleak verse.
Is That Yo Bitch is also a good
Is that
Bleak
Joe?
verse.
Yeah. Oh man.
You know,
They had a video for that.
I never liked Bleak until I heard him on Drink Champs, and now I love Bleak
Drink
a lot.
Champs is man.
Yeah, that's why you
You guys
I
need
get
to have a Drink Champs collab.
a lot of background info on rappers that I used to ignore,
Yep.
but now I'm in love with
That's
because
annoying.
I know
He's
them.
good.
I know them as people now.
If we're talking podcast, Memphis Bleak is also super good on Taxstone.
Okay, I haven't heard him on
Yeah,
Taxstone.
you'll really
But
like
that sounds
it.
that makes a lot of sense.
Yeah,
Freeway had that Flip Side song. That
Oh
was on
yeah,
the
with
Bad
Petey
Boys of
Crack.
Flip Side?
I forgot about Petey Crack.
State property.
Yeah.
State
Oh
property.
man,
yeah.
Pete Crack and I ate for play.
Yeah.
Oh man, Flipside was a great. And even though Flipside, if you watch that video, you don't really believe it. Like it was like a party song, but I'm like, I think you're eating bean pies. I don't think you want to party. I don't think Freeway, like, because all his other, like in that album, all his other songs are like not like that.
No.
And then out of nowhere,
I'll
like,
shake your tail feather.
yeah. And then all of a
Never
sudden,
fine.
what?
I was gonna say, do you ever hear any of those freestyles on Funk Flex where it would just be like the ones where like Beanie and Freeway and Jay would all
Yes.
those honestly are some of the best rap freestyles ever. So
Beanie Siegel,
check
he's
those
like one of
out.
those
Yeah.
dudes.
Incredible.
He was too real to be able to do it. Like,
Yeah.
you know how some dudes are like actually gangsters, so they just can't make their life work. Like, I feel like that was
beans.
man.
Yeah.
Feel It in the Air. I watched that video this morning.
Every morning.
Your handshake doesn't match your smile, man.
You've been keeping up with the shit with him and Meek and all of
Yeah,
that.
it hurts my feelings, man. It hurts my heart. That dude punched him, and it's like, you know, punch Beanie Siegel. He's got one lung. He's got
Right.
diabetes. Like,
Yeah.
it's like, and if you see the video of the guy who punched him, he's super like, I don't
Somebody
know,
from
man.
Meek's crew punched
Yeah,
Beanie
one of
Siegel.
the Dream
Yeah, they
Chaser
punched him
dudes.
back.
Oh, one of the Dream Chasers.
Yeah.
Come on.
Yeah, and it's just like,
What a bully.
yeah,
Yeah.
Basically, like he sucker punched him too. Like he was like waiting to go on stage, and the dude walked up behind him and punched him.
big dude too.
Right before he was going to go on stage?
I think
It was Cassidy.
yeah.
Huh? Fucking Cassidy.
Can I say before we even go on? Can I say my favorite Beanie Siegel story is I was listening to him on Taxstone.
That was so
and
great.
He was talking about when they did the Hard Knock Live tour.
Yeah.
He would take everybody's laminates from that night, and when they would get to the next city, he would sell them to people.
Really?
And that's how he made a bunch of money selling them day-old laminates.
Just
that
get
didn't
like
work anymore.
250. Yeah. This
Yeah,
will get you in.
Now
yeah,
he-
yeah.
you
And
in.
he
Now he
just
has an
sold them
Etsy
the
store.
whole tour.
Who has an Etsy store? Cassie has an Etsy store?
I'm just kidding.
Oh, no. That's
Of
funny.
laminates.
He really got into laminates.
Yeah.
Now he does decoupage.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
he
always
takes,
think
he
I'm gonna
takes
save my
old
laminate.
double
he's, like,
XLs.
he's like a millionaire. He's like a billionaire and something you never know.
Yeah.
Flip laminates, dog.
Hey, y'all seen that shit with Fat Joe doing that what is it? That pyramid scheme shit?
Oh,
Yeah, I have seen that.
That
That-
fucking- dog, when you get it, everyone listening to this, when you're done listening to this, look up on YouTube, look up Fat Joe and Pyramid Scheme and prepare to have your mind blown.
Well, I will say that Fat Joe
Market
gets
America.
like,
Yes.
Fat Joe gets a better rep than he deserves because if you really do look at the tone of hip hop and like who he was as a personality, Fat Joe's like a goon.
Yeah,
definitely.
Like he's a real bully,
Always.
but like he did songs with J-Lo, so I feel like people don't like realize that like he's like a bad dude.
Yeah.
no.
Fat Joe's like a bad dude.
If you ever see him, like they did a what's that show? A show is, I think it's like Unsung. It's on one of them channels, but they just kind of profile rap crews and they profile Terror Squad, and the whole thing is basically just a long story of Fat Joe making friends with people and fucking them over. Like, it's
Really?
like the
Bad
story
dude.
like
of
Big
Terror
Pun's
Squad.
wife is not happy with.
If you listen
Fat
to,
Joe.
I think it's the Drink Champs. Listen to Fat Joe talking about how he got shot. You're like, he's the worst dude. Like some dude like didn't want to shoot him, and he like made him shoot him, like just making fun of him and shit, like because he's a jerk.
Jesus.
I never trusted him after a friend of mine interviewed him, and he's like the whole time him and his crew they just kept on pouring Crystal Light into their drinks, and I was like,
What?
Yeah, that's unsavory. Crystal Light.
Post
Yeah.
Big Pun, were they on a health kick?
Apparently,
Okay.
no,
Oh, yeah.
this is like 2008. Though.
I will
So
say-
it's like
wow.
it's like wow,
I will
Crystal
say,
Light,
in my
like the
personal
packets.
opinion, Puerto Ricans
They're probably
love
involved in
Crystal
that
Light.
scheme, too.
packets. Crystal Light. It's like I want my drinks to be like artificial raspberry.
Boricua.
You know what? I remember, like, he did, like, some Vibe interview with something a long time ago, back when he had a print magazine. And I remember him saying that he loved the taste of aspartame or something
What?
in the
That
interview.
is
and that always
that's a-
stuck with me. But I
that's
guess
a
he really
grimy
did that
dude.
shit.
Really did.
He likes
Isolated
neutral
it.
sweet
It wasn't
and
just
shit.
clever.
That's a
clever Fat Joe
grimy.
joke.
Don't ever trust a dude who loves the taste
No.
of poison.
You know what I love? Tab.
Yeah, yo,
Tab by the case.
Oh, my God.
that is greasy.
That's
oh
fucking
shit.
hilarious. Well, let's just try to get his lean back. You know what I mean? That's Rockefeller. I mean, Jay-Z still. Man, has there been. What's the best in the last 3 years Jay-Z verse?
Oh, the joint he did.
Drug Dealers Anonymous.
Drug Dealers Anonymous wasn't terrible, except for the Damn Daniel reference, which
Yeah.
does not age well.
No,
I get it.
bums me out because Jay usually has the foresight.
He does.
To be like, I just the best in the last 3 years.
Yeah.
Okay, Jay-Z, he had this song with Kanye called The Joy. And it might be more than
Was
3
it a
years.
good? Was that a Good Friday?
It was
like,
a good
Oh, I
Friday
remember
joint.
that one.
Okay.
Yeah.
And to me, like, Jay's verse on that shit, it's just like the illest.
That's within the last 5 or so, though.
Dude, I
and
have.
that's, but
too
that still
long
counts.
ago.
I mean,
that
my
counts.
last
It's good to
favorite
bring up.
Jay-Z
Yeah,
verse,
the joy
honestly
is
was
good.
like so appalled.
That was
Yeah,
good.
I liked
That was
the
like
Brooklyn
30
We
mils,
Go
so hammer
Hard.
can't hurt. Yeah, like, that was like,
Oh, Brooklyn We Go Hard was good.
oh, Brooklyn. That
It was
was
like, I'm the
really
Jackie
good.
Robinson, I jack, I rob, I sin. You're
Yeah.
like, that's
Yeah,
pretty clever.
I hated though that they I hated the commercial for that movie. Did you see the commercial for 42? There's like a commercial that you would see when you went to the movies, and it was just like Jackie running into home base and just like, Brooklyn, we go hard. And then he like jumps on the base and he's like, I'm a Brooklyn boy. And it's just like, oh,
that sounds
boy.
really bad.
it was
Yeah.
real whack.
You're from Pasadena.
Rockefeller's an excellent pick.
Rocco had to do it.
Shout out
before
to
you guys took it.
Freeway's halal cart beard. That's
Yeah.
a good look.
Shout out to Beanie.
The beard no mustache is like that's an interesting
It's
look,
a statement
That's
to
a
the
straight,
world.
that's a straight
Also-
fruit of Islam look. You know what
Yeah,
I mean?
it really
Straight
is.
up like FOI.
man. How about Freeway Ricky Ross get like having his name split up and turned into
Yeah.
2 different rappers? by now?
Yeah, I mean,
that?
you know,
I mean, Freeway.
his name Freeway's named
but
after yeah.
negligible, but like
Right.
as far as like a famous rapper, but Rick Ross is on.
And they
Rick Ross
both
is
they
on.
both got big beards.
Yeah.
That's weird as shit.
Does Freeway Ricky Ross have a big beard?
He has
Yeah,
a
he
beard.
does have a
Oh, that's how they picked it.
He's like one of those guys when you
got a
look him up,
regular
though.
beard,
Freeway
though.
Ricky Ross will like bum you out.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Like it's like listening to DMX now. It's
Yeah.
like
He does a lot of interviews where he's playing tennis. Like,
Really?
I want to no Rick Ross.
oh,
the
the
rapper
actual
I just
Freeway
saw
Ricky
I
Ross.
just saw a picture of him
Oh,
on a
Rick-
horse.
Freeway Ricky Ross.
Richard Ross, the drug
Oh,
dealer.
drug
Freeway,
dealer.
Oh,
Yeah.
Richard.
All
Yeah,
of
the
his
guy from
interviews.
LA.
Yeah.
He's just playing tennis.
Just out there playing
Oh,
tennis.
but he was a tennis like
He was-
phenom.
Yeah,
he was like a prodigy
Yeah,
kind
but
of thing.
he'll invite the reporters to play tennis with him,
amazing.
which I'm jealous of.
Man,
That's great.
what's with LA black people being so good at tennis?
It's the weather.
sun,
You can play.
yeah.
You can play all year.
Oh, okay.
You can play all year. It must be right.
I guess tennis is good. It's a good game.
Shout out to
exercise.
tennis. Shout out to Venus.
Yeah,
But
shout out
not-
to
but
Serena.
not
just got-
Serena would-
Serena
no,
just
yeah.
got married, right?
Yeah.
Or she just
She's
got,
about to get married.
Yeah. To that
To
guy,
not a rapper.
To a guy
She
from
finally
Reddit.
Got some
He's
sense
the founder of
about
Reddit.
the
himself.
founder of Reddit.
Really?
Yeah.
Anthony Fantano. Can you believe it? Can you believe it?
Serena Fantano.
I didn't see it. He invented
Shout
Reddit.
out to that dude for locking it down.
Serena
Yeah.
Fantano
Seriously.
sounds like a tennis player. But yeah.
It sounds like an Italian soda.
Serena Fantano. It sounds like a venue, but one of those shady Glendale Armenian supper clubs. Yeah,
I'm playing Serena
I'm going to a
Fantano
party at the
tonight.
Serena Fantano. That place is open.
They let you bring knives in.
It's BYO everything. BYO cutlery. X on the heels of Rockefeller, Jeff Weiss. It is your turn to pick a rap click.
I am pleased to find it still available with
Yeah.
the number 30 pick, The Dungeon Family.
God damn it!
Great call.
That is
Great call.
so good.
I
mean,
yeah. Fuck.
I knew that
It was
good.
kind of still on
There
the
was
board.
a few that I knew were
Yeah.
going to go up top.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
Obviously, Outkast.
Big Gip. Yeah. No. Yeah.
You can't talk about Dungeon Family without Slim Cutta Calhoun.
Yeah, Slim Cutta.
man.
I'll start with Slim Cutta Calhoun because it's okay. It's a very zen
Nobody
song.
gives that
It's
song
okay.
credit for
It's
being
so
one of the
good.
best songs ever.
It's okay.
And
It's
the
fine.
oh man, and that video is good.
Great video.
Andre the 3000 is like a caterpillar,
Yeah.
it's like an Alice in
Yes.
Wonderland
Yeah,
thing.
Yeah.
Man, I love that. You know who I love from Dungeon? Remember the video? My favorite video they had was the Watch for the Hook video.
Oh, this is one of the greatest
Watch
rap
for the
songs
Hook.
ever
Oh man, Cool
Yeah.
Breeze.
And they had so many
Freddie
great,
Calhoun.
so many
Cool
they
as
watch
Cutta,
for the
AK.
hook. Yeah,
Oh.
amazing. And Black Ice on the
Oh,
second
man.
Goody Mob,
Yo.
Goody Mob album, incredible. Posse cut, which that's those they don't have that many of those anymore. You don't really
No.
have a group that. And for me, it was even the Dungeon Family album.
Yeah.
is really good. And you got to say you think about obviously Outkast, Goody Mob, but then they produced Killer Mike too.
Yeah.
Yep.
You know?
Yep.
Came out of that.
I mean, low key Future came out of there.
That's definitely.
Yo, I didn't know
he's
that.
on the.
Did
He's
Did
on
you
the
watch the
second Dungeon
Organized
Family
Noise
album.
documentary?
Yeah.
Headline, man, that is. What do you think? Here's my question, or in general, I guess for all you guys, because rap crews never seem to blow on the level that they should.
Yeah.
But with one like that, it's where it's completely what happened? Why did that not?
Why
'cause
didn't everybody from Organized Noise?
Why
or
isn't
Dungeon
Big
Family
Gip
go?
a household name? Even in the rap community, Big
Well,
Gip doesn't
CeeLo. I mean, look how big CeeLo is.
CeeLo
Because
got
CeeLo
true.
left, and then.
But that's because of Snarls Barkley. I feel like.
Is
no, it was
Gnarls
before that.
Barkley
It was
was
before
a
that
big
because the
deal.
third Goody Mob album is with One Monkey Don't Stop the Show.
But do
And
you
then
fe-
he left.
But do you feel like that
Or
made?
no, that was actually the fourth one because the
But I-
third one was World Party.
Part world.
but
Party.
him
That
being
was
World Party.
But
You gotta
he-
see the cover.
yeah.
Google the cover to that
that
album.
cover's so weird.
It's so bad.
Is it a pecking order thing? Is it
I don't know,
who gets
because,
the beats and
I know.
You know, when you watch the documentary, what they point to is that when Rico and them actually went to Interscope and they didn't know how to market them is when it fucked them up.
right,
Yeah.
right.
Because that's
right,
it. You can have the ultimate product, but if the company don't know what to do with it, if they pick the wrong single, if they put it out at the wrong time,
Especially
then
back
that's it,
then, because
you
they
know?
were repping for the whole South.
Yeah.
Right.
And
That was Southern rap wasn't a thing.
And then there's two other things that I would say put them because they're probably, even though I think Native Tongues is probably arguably as good as the Greatest Rap Crew, the first Witch Doctor album is incredible, Swat, A Healing Ritual. A lot of people haven't heard it, but it's
haven't
voodoo.
heard
I think I heard it once or
mystic.
twice at the time. But I
It's
was really
amazing.
high,
It's
I
a
don't remember it.
powerful, spiritual Southern
Yeah.
record, Red Clay, very
Yeah.
He really. It sounds like a Witch Doctor made it, and also I think to be a great rap click, you need a weird pseudo poetic, deep voiced guy, how
do
Wu
need
Tang
it.
had Papa Wu,
Yeah.
Big Rube, pretty great.
okay,
Oh,
you're
yeah.
right. You're right.
And
100%.
Future-
You need that.
And he's
voice
on.
of it.
That's why Future connects. So he's not only on the second. He's on the second Dungeon Family album, Future, under the name I think. What was his name? It was Meathead. Future was named Meathead at the time.
Future was?
Future was
Awesome.
Meathead, which is
Makes
great
sense.
because
Yeah.
he had a big head.
has-
And
Big
he
movie star
literally
head.
has a big
Yeah.
head. And everyone has a friend who has a big head, and the Future was Meathead. And but Big Rube, he's deep. He
is.
also follows me on Twitter, which is the greatest thing. It's everyone
tight.
has one random Twitter follower person where it's I'm convinced they all think I'm Biz Markie.
Yeah.
It's Nina
Ride
Cherry.
that out.
Nina Cherry follows me,
Ride that out.
and I'm convinced
Cherry.
she has no idea who she definitely thinks it's a Biz Markie.
I have Ira Glass, who follows 200 people, and somehow I'm one of them. I don't
Man,
get it at all.
that's-
That and Jeannie Buss, the daughter
Oh,
of the
that's a good
former-
one.
Yeah,
That's a
Jeannie
good
Buss
one.
is cool.
yeah.
I got Michael Vicente. He beat me up in a parking lot one time. Falls into it's like regionally, it's
Not
like
famous, but huge in my world.
yeah. Regionally, it's a big deal.
I just caught a George Clinton follow. That was very exciting.
Whoa.
Very, very exciting.
George Clinton is very cool.
Yeah.
Man,
Very
I wonder what
exciting.
it's like inside that guy's head.
Dude, he's in the new Flying Lotus movie, and he's hilarious.
Is he?
Yeah.
He has.
You
to be
saw it
hilarious.
already?
Yeah, I
Look
saw
at you.
Yeah. Some illuminate. No. I think it was more like I think he was more like he's like, please give me no. He's
Yeah.
like, no, but
LA
it's
Maroon.
actually really good.
Is
It's,
it good?
Yeah, Bus Driver's incredible in it. Bus Driver.
I love Bus Driver.
Bus
He's
Driver-
incredible in it. I
love
don't want to
Bus
ruin
Driver.
kind of, but he
Bus
is
Driver
amazing.
blocked me on Twitter for this.
Oh, no.
and it broke all kinds of
Someone's not picking
this?
Project Blow.
I know. I love Bus Driver. I love Project Blow. I love all that shit, and it breaks my heart that
What
it
the
happened.
fuck happened?
I think he was in. I think he might have been
thumb slip.
cranky that day. He was like, it was a day that I followed him. 'Cause
Oh,
I'm
I think I saw this.
I'm a big fan. It was a day that Michael Jordan had donated like $2 million to a black charity.
Right.
Oh,
and
yeah,
then he had
'cause
also donated $2 million to a police charity.
Oh, I didn't know that. I didn't know that.
So Michael
Michael Jordan, he's straight up a villain.
he's a villain. He's
a bad guy.
we thought Republicans buy shoes too is the worst thing that he'd ever, but he's such a
Those
bad
jeans
dude.
are really bad though.
Those jeans are awful.
Terrible pants. The
Yeah.
man wears
And also
awful
the-
pants.
But also the fives. Are
Also
like
the jeans with
coolest.
a G, because neither of his kids are that good at basketball. But
Damn.
Yeah.
So-
I think his is it's a personality trait.
Bus Driver was talking about how like I forget what it was, but for some reason he was bringing up Michael Jordan and never like donating money. Like, how come Michael Jordan never blah blah blah? And I was like, oh, he actually did. And I sent him the link, and he's like, "What is this supposed to make me feel better?" And I was like,
Wow.
Bus
"No,
driver, no."
I was like, "Oh no! I should have just walked away from my." But I wanted to fix it. I was like, "Oh no, I just thought it was interesting." And he was like, "Oh, so you think it's interesting that like so you want to like he thought I was trying to invalidate his point?" But I was just like, maybe he didn't see that this had happened.
This is so funny.
And like I
from
felt
Goodfellas.
fucking awful about it.
Now I'm going to send this podcast to OG Mako and Bus Driver.
And please send it to Bus
Cannot
Driver
wait.
too.
You have direct lines to OG Mako.
Yeah.
follows me
He
on
said
Twitter,
that
too.
too.
Man, tell him we need him back.
And I felt terrible about, dude. The Loneliest Punk was like one of my like I fuck with Bus Driver in a huge way.
That was.
What? That was Fat Lip. That was Fat Lip? Don't send it to him. Oh no. What am I
Send
thinking
it to
of?
Fat Lip.
Oh no.
Can you send it to Fat
I
Lip?
can
Send this to Fat Lip actually now.
I saw-
Mike,
I
thank
saw-
goddamn.
I saw
As
Fat
I
Lip
was saying it, what am I
Delicious
thinking
Fire.
of? What album
Yeah,
am I
that makes
thinking
a lot
of?
of sense.
Some
Rain.
dude was playing
Oh
beats.
God! Oh, Roadkill Overcoat. Jesus Christ!
It's
Fuck.
hard because usually in my circles
And
I'm the most
Temporary
well
Forever.
versed in rap.
You know what? I deserve it. I deserve to be blocked, and by Fat Lip.
You're never gonna get that follow back.
I'm gonna.
Oh,
no,
that's
I'm out of Bus
sad.
Driver's life forever, and especially now. Jesus Christ! I remember when I heard
R.I.P.
"Imaginary Places" though, and that was like a seminal moment for me. That one where he like raps over that
classical,
yeah.
It's so good. Anyway, he doesn't need me in his life, and I can still
You
listen
don't
to
know
his
that.
music.
You don't know that. You're a good friend.
He'll come
Don't-
on the podcast. No, you guys should make up. He'll come on
I
the
would love to
podcast.
but now I have to apologize for two things.
That's right.
God damn it. I'm embarrassed. Anyway, Dungeon Family's dope though, huh?
Yeah.
It's great.
Outkast's pretty good at music. Actually, they're
good.
did you see Big Boy had the Outkast logo on New Year's Day and kind of
Did he really?
insinuating that there will be another Outkast album, which is we'll see.
I don't know
My
if I want to hear
whole
that.
man. Here's the thing.
Yeah.
I thought that Andre 3000 also was going to save the world, and I don't
yeah?
ever feel like he delivered what I thought. I thought it was going to be like albums on. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like there was a time where we thought he was going to like be the guy, and then
Well,
he
Tropic Thunder was okay.
That semi-pro movie.
He was in it.
Brilliant.
semi-pro, yeah. In the Walking
That's
Out
what I, oh yeah,
remix as
that's what I
well.
meant.
Oh, he's-
I fucked it up again. Semi-pro.
I love
They're
the
the
Walk-
Tropics in it.
Like I love the
Jesus
Walking Out.
Christ.
Man.
Sorry to interrupt you. Falling apart over here.
Reference game slightly off.
More than slightly. It's just completely one notch.
It's adjacent. One
What
notch
was his name?
adjacent.
One notch adjacent.
Everything's one notch.
They're
Jack-
called the Tropics.
Downtown Funky Stuff Malone was that? That was his name in that movie.
I'm
He
not even
was-
going
he
to
was
pretend to
great in
guess
that
now
movie.
because I'll fuck it up.
I just mean, and then we thought he was going
I'll
to be
end
an
up calling him
actor,
Jesus Shuttlesworth.
and he did that Mark Wahlberg movie.
He did like the Get Shorty sequel.
yeah,
right?
bro.
Yeah.
I thought like we wanted so much for you.
Yeah.
Like I thought he
The
was gonna
fake
be
Jimi Hendrix. It's like Janet
Oh,
Jorm
yeah.
from like
Yeah,
30 Rock
yeah,
movie.
yeah.
No
Yup.
license.
Man.
If you put together his guest verses though from the last 5 years, that's a
Yeah,
pretty
but
good
there's not
album.
enough of them, is
No.
what I'm saying. There's not like,
Yeah.
like it's like, I don't know. I think, honestly, and this is going to sound crazy, I think Erykah Badu's womb might be a curse.
Let's see. Okay.
My friend wrote an
Andre
article about Baduism. Like, if you get Baduism, it's all
I
over.
think you can get it.
Andre 3000.
Andre 3000.
The DOC.
The DOC.
Oh, no.
Jay Electronica.
Yeah. Where's
Common.
Electronica
Common.
at? We miss you.
Common.
Common? You making
Common's
basketball
Common's
movies?
doing okay.
Basketball
Still-
movies
Common's
with
still-
Queen Latifah?
Common's doing okay.
Come on! I used to love her.
Yeah.
We need to expect more out of these people. I just mean, I think it's just you peak. If you date Erykah Badu, I don't know, as a young black man, I can't think of a better thing that could... Like, if you were like, hey, would you rather be the president or date Erykah Badu for 8 months? I'd rather date Erykah Badu for 8 months. I think that's the top of...
Post
That's a
Obama
great
for
choice.
sure. Now that it's been done.
I think that's the top of the thing. So, like, you date Erykah Badu, what more ambition? What else? What else am I gonna do?
But that's what I feel like-
I climbed Everest and
That's what I feel like with Andre 3000. I feel like he's not motivated
agree.
to make a project.
For
'cause
sure.
He's done everything you can fucking do.
My favorite, like one of the most interesting things about him was I feel like, did you ever hear the story about when he played Coachella? And the first, were you at that Coachella? The first
No, I've never
Outkast
been
thing?
to a Coachella.
oh, when everybody was like, there was like outrage because a lot of kids were like, "Who's Outkast?"
Well, not even that. It was like that was part of it. But then they played, and I saw it. I was there. I thought it was great, but everyone was like, "Man, that was terrible," because they were expecting the myth of Andre. They were expecting like the funky, happy Andre 3000, cartoon Hey Ya hour.
Yeah.
But like, if you listen to Outkast from Southern Playalistic, especially AT Aliens,
AT Aliens is
my
favorite.
favorite.
My favorite one.
My
or
favorite
actually, I really
I'm an
I got to
Aquemini
spot my
guy.
heart.
I'm an Aquemini guy,
I was gonna
too.
say,
Aquemini
I got to
guy.
spot my heart for Aquemini.
yeah, I mean they're amazing.
But it's all incredible.
But so they basically like, and then I guess Prince talked to him, and Prince is just like, just give them what they want, play the hits, like, you know what I mean? Like, and it was like, and that to me was interesting because I think that if I had to like play like amateur Freudian, that's part of the disconnect with Andre because he's pretty profound artist. I hate to use that word, but he
think
made some of the
that's- I
greatest.
think for him,
I think
that's
He made some of the
100%
greatest art
right.
ever, right? And he kind of got imprisoned, I think, by Hey Ya, and people's expectations of him.
That's what I hate when a great rapper goes big off of some shit that's not them.
yeah.
Like, you know what?
Yeah.
Like, I think Hey Ya is like definitely a thing that should be in his repertoire, but that shouldn't be what brings you
Do you think
to Andre.
Do you think Hey Ya was like heat seeking or him experimenting with like?
I think he was experimenting and he just like hit
And
the
he
nail
just-
on the
well,
head.
yeah.
He recorded
He-
that like 5 years prior.
Did he
I
really?
see.
Yeah.
Okay, perfect. So
Yeah.
yeah, I think he was just doing some other
He
shit.
saw that thing you do, and he was like, "I could do that."
I mean, honestly, it's 4 chords. You
Yeah.
know what I mean? It's
Yeah.
4
It's a Beatles
chords
song.
and a great hook
a Beatles
and a great concept, and he fucking nailed it.
killed it.
Incredible
It's so
ad-libs,
great.
Incredible.
Yeah.
Come on, shake it like a Polaroid picture.
Yeah,
Like,
and
Yeah.
it's also like one of those songs I love because it's like it fools dumb people. Like because everyone's like, it's a happy song. It's like that is the most depressing.
Yeah.
It's like why people
Yeah.
can't stay married.
Yo, that song is really. But the
song is sad as shit.
Really
People,
sad.
people don't give a fuck about what
They don't
a
listen
song
to
is.
It's like
words?
swimming pools. They're like drink, and you're like, it's
Yeah.
a song
Yeah.
about
They're like,
horrible
"See you in
alcoholism.
Yo, when I see people take shots to that song, I'm like, dude, this dude is hurting. It's hard for him.
Yeah, it's like watching Leaving Las Vegas and playing a drinking game. Around.
Yeah. But that proves too how racist shit is. People don't even listen to rap.
Yeah.
Like people listen to rap, but they don't like listen.
It takes me.
I hate that I just said that.
I know what you mean though.
but like, you know what I mean? Like,
I have to admit, it takes me when a song I really like. It takes me a couple because first I get entranced just by the entire sonic quality of it.
because rap is so
I think
cool
Future-
sonically.
Yeah,
Yeah, I think Future is a perfect example because everyone's like, "Oh, do it lean," and you're like, "This guy's gonna die." Like this guy, this is his sad cry
sad.
for
Same
help.
with the Weeknd.
Yeah.
People are
Oh,
like playing
my God.
Starboy, and you listen to that song, and you're like, "Oh no!" Like,
Not again.
You just pray for cars. That's like fucked up. That song's great though.
yeah, it is good.
Really, I hate
I
that
haven't even
song.
heard that song.
Starboy, I like it. I like it.
Motherfucking
I like it.
Starboy.
I like it. I just like, but I like the rhythm of it. I mean, the Weeknd always bums me out though. When I
Yeah,
listen to what he's
something
saying.
depressing about him. You're
I'm
like,
not a huge Weeknd
Everything
fan,
he
but I
says
like
is
the hits.
sad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's like, yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
everything he says is real.
His art pre hype shit was like sad too, right?
Yeah.
That
Yeah,
all-
well, I think there's like a lot of people right now who rap about like the trappings of fame.
yeah.
You know, or just like that's a common theme in like pop culture stuff right now.
Yeah.
because that's like what Drake is, right? Drake
Yeah.
is like it's hard to blow up. Like,
It's
that's the whole.
it's relationships from before he was famous. And
yeah,
then
and
it's
trying to like
hard
navigate that.
post fame. Yeah,
50 Cent said something on the Drink Champs podcast that I was listening to. He
Yeah.
said America loves to see somebody who like might not make it. Like
Oh,
the
yeah.
idea of like, do they have the tools and can they intake all the information enough to change what their frame needs to? And America loves that. And I think that's what all those guys are doing.
Yeah. Well, we are. I mean, it's kind of like that now. There's that second. It's like all the people who are like hype are now fully famous. Which
Yeah.
is that different level of.
Which is like, you don't realize that you get older with these people.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? 'Cause,
Oh,
like,
yeah.
Like that's where I'm at. Like I'm about to turn 30 and I'm just realizing I like grew up with these guys. So like Jay-Z, like if you talk to my little brother who's like 14, Jay-Z's like an old man.
Yeah.
But to me, I'm like, no, he's like the slickest dude out. Like, what are you talking about? And then you realize, no, it's because I started listening.
He's
when I
Bon
was young.
Jovi.
Yeah.
Yeah. He's
Yeah,
old,
yeah.
like
He's
yeah,
an
that's who
old,
I am,
disconnected
dude.
rich dude.
I'm your aunt in a fucking Van Halen t-shirt with no bra at the barbecue. That's who I am listening to Jay-Z right now. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Just
dude.
smoking cigarettes telling you about how rad 05 was.
And now Jay-Z's a little yachty.
yeah, now
Yeah.
fucking yeah, because they're beyond all that fuck shit. I'm that fuck shit.
Yeah. And one
that
day a little
fuck
yachty
shit.
will be fuck shit.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I mean, probably tomorrow. No, I like that song.
And
I like
it'll be a
Beyond
computer that raps. You know?
All that. It's gonna be
In this day and age? No. Excellent. The Dungeon Family is such an excellent pick. I kind of think
Don't
Big
give me too
Gip-
much credit. That was any idiot could have.
I know,
done that.
any
but I
idiot-
appreciate it. Yeah,
I was
like,
gonna
if-
be that
if-
idiot.
If I did, how could you not? I was like, I'm taking it. It's gonna be gone.
Big Gip.
I need to talk about Slim Cutta Calhoun.
I think Big Gip didn't blow because he's so goofy looking.
Yeah.
And he kind of tried to do
Not a
that.
handsome
The
man.
singles were hot though. We're stepping
They were,
out with
yeah.
Sleepy Brown. You remember that song?
I do. I
Listen,
love
Ramiro,
Sleepy
Ramiro,
Brown.
tell me
That
what
song
he
was
is.
great.
Cujo
That song
was pretty
was
good.
great.
Pretty
Yeah.
good. Cujo was great.
Yeah,
kinda-
Cujo was great.
He was kind of dressing like Andre 3000, but looked kind of good. He wasn't
You
a
got.
specimen
If you're gonna do
in
that,
some
you
way.
gotta be handsome. Big Gip's not very handsome.
not
Cujo
handsome.
lost a leg.
Oh, really?
Cujo has one leg.
Diabetes.
I don't know what the hell it was, but he
Really?
has like
Lose a
Liver
leg.
beaties.
the little silver stump down there.
Oh man.
He's got the Lieutenant Dan.
Yep.
Yeah.
He's got the lieutenant.
Lieutenant Dan.
Magic legs.
Cujo did an album actually with Gennaro Jarrell. That was actually
Really?
pretty good.
Really?
Yeah, like 7 or 8 years ago. It was actually pretty good. 6 years ago.
Wow. So close to the JJ Doom thing.
Yeah, it was before that.
Wow.
It was like 5 pretty good songs. Yeah, so I mean, I don't know. They're the best.
5 good songs on a
Yeah.
rap album, I
Yeah.
think, is
Yeah.
good enough.
That's
Yeah.
good.
That's what I shoot for when I make them.
5 good songs?
Yeah. 5 or 6?
We got a 5.
Ain't a fucking bad.
Now let's make
solid
4
filler.
bullshit.
You know what I mean? You try your best. You know what I mean?
And now I'm just going to read the Old
mean, in
Spaghetti
an hour
Factory's
long-
menu over
In an hour
Over a
long
break.
set,
I'll
I
have the
want to do
Spumoni.
4 hot jokes. So I feel it. I feel it.
Over
if
a
I'm doing an
Apache.
hour of jokes, I want like 4 real hot jokes. Like
right.
4 jokes to make
tent
you think.
poles.
Yeah, tent poles.
Tent poles.
Exactly.
You need some tent poles.
Exactly. There's some filler. There's always gonna
Yeah.
be some filler.
And maybe some goofy shit in between
Yeah.
for heads. Like, really? Like, yeah.
Yeah, the goofy shit is for the heads.
Yeah.
Like, let me tell you about this time in Texas.
My pick for the heads is the final pick of the first round. And, God, I feel weird doing this because all the ones that went off are, like, legendary, just fucking, like, ensconced in history. But I'm gonna take good music. As
that's
my
on
click.
my list. That's
Yeah.
Nice.
I think that's
As
a
my first
solid,
click.
I
It's
don't
good.
think there's been a lot of clicks with like when they came out. Man, I'm such a douchebag because I really believe in all these crews.
Yeah.
like I thought
they're all
I
friends
was
and hanging
like,
out. Yeah.
What was remember the Sprite freestyles?
Which ones?
On the BET Awards.
The BT.
Oh, yeah, the ciphers.
Yeah,
Oh
the
man,
ciphers.
the first time I heard the too many uncles on your team, that's why you win, slow.
Yeah.
it was so good. They were all wearing tuxedos.
They were so good.
Yeah.
Who was that? Sci-Hi the Prince? Who said that?
That was Kanye.
That was Kanye?
But that was a verse that
Too
popped
many
up
uncles
in
on your
fantasy.
team. That's why you. Oh, that's right. Yeah.
yeah.
There was some. Yeah, Sci-Hi the Prince was one of the guys in that cipher
Sci
too.
made us. Did you hear that song he made last year about kidnapping Kanye and making him put his
I
album
did.
out?
Yeah.
It was so great.
I didn't hear that.
It was so great.
Because he got signed to Good Music and then has been like slept on, and they keep like not putting his album out. And
Understandably,
he's
he's
pissed.
not good at music.
Yeah.
Shots fired.
I'm sorry. I'll go on. I'm not a good music fan. I mean, honestly, I
Yeah.
think they're disqualified because of Theophilus London.
Oh yeah.
Is he with them? I didn't even know that.
I mean, what do you?
You think
here's the
they're
thing.
DQ'd?
We have to make it. Well, yeah, I do
Everybody's
not
got
like
some
him.
silly gooses in their
Yeah,
crew.
no, I mean, I feel like my
we all
problem.
got some Kiwans.
My
Yeah.
problem with Kanye is beyond like the fact that he is sort of Donald Trump, which like kind of when he endorsed Donald Trump, but like he only signs people that are just like him. And like so, like Big
That is
Sean
true.
is just
Yeah.
like Kanye's mini me.
That is 100%.
Theophilus London, Kanye's mini me. Sci-Hi, Kanye's mini me. Mr. Hudson, Kanye's
Pusha?
mini me.
But not Pusha.
No, not Pusha. Pusha's
I'm the,
good.
yeah.
yeah, you gotta
Who
like
is,
Pusha.
yeah, my favorite MC, Pusha T, which is
great.
kind of why I had a, and I still like Kanye.
I still,
Kanye
man,
makes good albums still.
I said he still makes good
I
albums.
try to go hard on him, and I try to get mad, and then I go back and I listen to Graduation.
I
and I'm
can't
like,
do it.
No, yeah, this guy has a piece of my heart.
808s
He's like,
is, I mean,
I always
yeah,
thought I was,
808, like,
amazing.
you're always gonna love your ex.
I've been able to separate myself from like Woody Allen, where I'm like, nah, he's a scumbag, you know?
Yeah.
And like all that stuff, but like the Kanye separating the art from the artist thing, I'm like, oh yeah, I'm fine with that. I can absolutely do it.
I'm with you 100%.
Yeah.
It's like too much stuff that like hit me in my heart till not like.
Well, Kanye, he hasn't fully hurt somebody yet.
I don't think he has.
You know,
Yeah.
so,
I think
so
he's only-
I
I
think it's
feel bad
fine.
for
You
Kanye
can disagree
more
with
than
him and
anything.
shit. You know,
I think he's
I even
self-destructive.
think
He's a victim. I mean, he's partially his own fault, but he's a victim of fame. I think
all
in
the way
this
his own fault.
Yeah.
Yeah,
all the way his own fault.
probably.
But,
yeah.
you know.
I mean, well, I feel like I give
bet-
him credit because I'm like, your mom died. Like, it was
Yeah.
like, sad. Like she was really
Well, he did.
young,
His
like-
mom died, and then he sought family in the Kardashians.
Yeah.
I really think it's part Kim Kardashian is like an amazing looking person, and that's like a big, strong family.
Yeah.
And when that falls away, I feel like that can be a very attractive thing to someone. Like,
I also think
oh, now
he
I
was
can go be
chasing
part of this
Jay-Z
big family.
papers on that.
Yeah.
Like Jay-Z made this move and like paired himself
Yeah.
with, you know what I mean, to
Oh,
build
yeah,
an
yeah.
empire. And he was like, I feel like Kanye's always wanted the Jay approval, right?
Sure.
Like that's why the like not hanging out with his kids thing is like fucked up or whatever.
Yeah.
And I think he was trying to make that move. It was just, but it was like, it was a much different.
I shouldn't. Oh,
Yeah, no, go ahead.
I was like, I shouldn't say this story on the air, but whatever. I won't say who said it, but it was like that was apparently I heard a story once from a pretty reliable source where like I guess after Jay dated Beyonce, they were like touring, and then someone was around there, and Kanye was like, "So, Beyonce's sisters, Solange, what do you think about us?" Kind of, and then Jay apparently I heard was like, "I don't think so." Like, which is kind of funny. It was like.
Oh man.
Because it's like, do you think what I'm fascinated by the question of what does Beyonce think about Drake and what does Beyonce think about Kanye?
Yeah, that is a good because I want Drake is
The
ridiculous.
closest, yeah. The Beyonce, because you have when Kanye stormed the stage, you have that famous cutaway to Beyonce going like, "Oh, Kanye," like that kind of thing. Where I think it almost is like a little bit like my younger knucklehead cousin sort of thing.
I think that's how he treats him for sure.
Yeah.
I think that's
Did
like the
you
relationship.
see? I think it was. I don't forget which award show that was, but like the year after or like the next big award show.
Yeah,
Kanye did his thing where he acted like he was going to go on stage and he sat back down.
He did.
The thing to look at in that footage is Jay-Z and
it's
Beyonce's
incredible.
fucking faces.
Oh, really?
Because they are like, no. Oh. And it's the most genuine emotional reaction.
He didn't let them in on the
No,
joke.
he certainly did
yeah.
not.
I think that
certainly
he's
didn't.
like, yeah, I think he's just like the wild young one, and they're like,
The Pablo tour was so good.
you went. How it was,
I went to two of them. I went, and he wasn't crazy at either one of them. I saw him in Vegas and in one of the ones in LA that was just good. And in Vegas, he probably is manic depressive, and he was full blown manic at the Vegas one, and it was
That's what you
amazing.
want.
He was so
that's what the
happy
art
and
is
like,
made.
Yeezus wasn't. I mean, I like Kanye, but I wouldn't call myself a huge Kanye. Yeezus
Yeah.
is one of the best rap shows I've ever seen.
yeah, he puts on an
Best any
amazing
shows,
concert.
honestly. Yeah, it was incredible.
And those Hudson Mohawk beats in the fucking like
Yeah.
in a concert venue are like
I bet.
they'll switch your organs around in your body. It's crazy.
Yeah, and you got to give him credit too because like he. Whereas I feel like Drake kind of mines like the underground to kind of take whatever he knows is going to be the most popular.
Yeah.
Kanye will find the stuff that he is like the artiest. You know what I mean? The stuff that makes
Yeah,
yeah.
like
for sure.
DJ Dodger Stadium are kind of, I've been covering them for a long time, and he picked them to make like beats like Fade or like a lot of beats on this new album, and they're like some underground. They have this label called Body High, like some underground LA shit, like sampling actually a lot of Chicago house. So I'm sure Kanye heard that. And
Yeah.
was like, but. You know, props to him for like finding. He
you're
finds
right.
the right people.
It doesn't seem sinister like it does.
It's
with
not.
Drake.
No, it's really like and I talked to them about like working with Kanye, and they're like, you know, he was great to work with. He listened to all of our input. He asked everyone in the room. He might not have taken everyone's opinions, but he actually really wanted to solicit opinions and listen and kind of figure out what works for him.
I believe that. I think Drake might be a bad guy, but I don't think Kanye's a bad guy.
Yeah. No, he's yeah.
Poor Moji with the dance moves.
With the dance moves.
Yeah.
Pusha T's fucking dope as fuck too, and he's got
Oh,
good
man.
music. I
I love
love
Pusha because He's perfected the art of sounding like a mean person.
He sounds
He
so
really
mean.
sounds like a mean person.
And he's not mean.
And you can hear it's like put on, but it's so fucking effective.
Have you guys watched the clips or the Malice documentary?
I haven't yet.
No,
It's
man,
in my
I
queue.
haven't. I don't know about that. Like, is it just Christian propaganda? Not that
No,
it's
I know.
That's what I'm
That's
afraid
what
of.
you
But
would,
I
that's
find-
what
yeah.
you would think, but it really doesn't. He really doesn't go that hard into
Okay,
it.
cool.
And it's like, but at one point, like they're talking, like him and Pusha are just playing basketball.
Yeah.
and they're talking to Pusha, and he's like, "Yeah," like they're talking about rapping shit, and Pusha's like, "I've been rapping forever. I know it's all like fake.
Yeah.
I know that nobody owns these cars or they don't do anything, and that's like how I deal with it." And you're like, "Oh, you're like a smart, good guy."
Yeah, he gets it. He gets the
You're
game.
like a,
Yeah.
you're like a rap journeyman.
He had one of my favorite rap lines ever, which is with, he's like, is it something when a platinum rapper's mother lives in squalor? Mildred's in the Bahamas for a month. When he's talking about sending his mom to the Bahamas for a month.
He's like, Pusha T is like a good.
Yeah,
those-
I mean,
I was like, yeah, I can relate to that.
I mean,
Yeah.
there's definitely some authenticity there. You'd hear stories like that their grandmother was like actually like in it, and
Yeah.
I'm just always a big fan of rappers that can like be like he. How can you think of that many puns about cocaine?
Right?
That is hard.
So many of them.
No, it's like
He's
Young
been-
Dro. It's like you are a Crayola box in
Yeah.
real life with
I'm
colors.
so glad that you said Young Dro. He never gets what he deserves.
No, yeah, Young Dro's great.
I think he's pimping and leaning in salamander sandals.
Yeah. Grand Hustle, an underrated rap group, might not make this
Right.
list because Iggy Azalea will throw it off. But
Right,
Playboy
right.
Trey, another great rapper that never got his due.
Grand Hustle was good for T.I. I like T.I., man.
Yeah.
But I'm sorry, your Serpentine draft. you're
Oh,
gonna
yeah.
go down.
Also, John Legend, a member of good music. You know.
That's right.
And America loves John Legend.
I give him mostly his credit for Chrissy Teigen.
Yeah.
They're a great couple.
They
I have
are
to
a
love
great
them.
couple.
I have to love them.
I also want to say about Pusha T real quick. When I worked on Chelsea Lately, we had a bunch of rappers on, including Drake, and like would come on and
You took a picture with Pusha.
I took a picture with.
I freaked out at my house. When
Dude,
that happened.
it was
I remember that.
He made it. Yeah. I was literally sitting in my office, and like there was a production meeting happening down the hall, and like people were reading to Chelsea potential guests for the show to see if she had any interest in them coming on, and I heard. There's this rapper with an album coming out, Pusha T, and I like when a dog hears a can opener, I was like, "Whoa!" and I ran over. I'd been working there maybe 2 weeks, like I hadn't been there long, and I ran over and I was like, "You should have Pusha T on. He's really good. His next album's going to be really big," and it was as big as any Pusha T album, you know.
Yeah, was that like Fear or Wrath of, or what
It
was
was God, it was the
2? COD 2?
fuck. It was the one with that. God damn it. I can't think of
the
it.
Tim Kaine concept album.
The Tim Kaine. I'll tell you
Better
right
than
now
it
which one it
sounded.
was. It was 2 albums ago. It
Was
was,
that the one with nostalgia on it? Because that was my favorite
That
song.
was
of
a great song.
that was
My Name is
favorite
My
song of that
Name.
year.
Yeah,
Also,
My
that
Name is
song
My Name.
Popeyes with Cameron.
Oh my God, Popular Demand?
Yeah.
Oh
So
man.
Yeah.
Numbers on the Board. I love
Also,
that beat on Numbers
that
on the Board.
Popeye song, can
Yeah.
we just say Pusha T calls out LeBron for having
Yeah.
had sex with the same girl?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like that, bro?
How you like that, bro?
A long time ago. Oh, man.
Amazing.
Yeah, he's
While LeBron was married, I'm
Married.
pretty sure.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah. LeBron's
he's
been married for
since,
like
the
12
beginning.
years.
Yeah,
Yeah.
since he started losing his hair, so he's 15.
It's going down.
When he was 28.
Sorry.
No,
I'm a horrible person.
fucking good. Yeah. But Pusha, so he came on the show. Every other rapper who'd ever been on the show, gigantic click. You know, and like you would. Drake
Yeah.
had like 4 SUVs. He brought the entire OVO, like Beans was there,
Who
or
are the
OVO
OVO?
Bryan, I'm in.
There's like that 40 guy.
Yeah.
I don't even know who those
Eight
guys-
versions
What's
of
like the
Moshe
engineer
Jordan
or
that
something,
rotate in
I
like
think,
Menudo.
Yeah, 40's the
so.
guy in
It's 40
yeah.
who
With
does the beats, right?
Yeah.
But like, I don't know anybody in OVO. I don't know an OVO song.
OVO Bryan was there, like that white dude with the
Yeah.
beard who's in the videos.
Oh,
but Pusha came alone with a publicist. It was him and his publicist, and that was it.
That's what I mean. That
And
guy
he was
gets it.
so nice. I walked into the room, and he was just like such a nice dude. And like they didn't all have to be nice, you know. They
Yeah.
could have been jerks, and because I was just some writer, like, hey, I get a picture, and he was so dope, man.
Hey man,
Love
that
Pusha
picture
T.
blew up at Sylvan House.
It was
We
bad.
were talking about it.
It was felt all up and down the West Coast, all comedy scenes.
Yeah, you made waves.
So with my second pick, I'm gonna go with another fairly new one. Since am I? Yeah, I am. I'm gonna take TDE. I'm gonna take
Nice.
the Black
That's
Hippie
a
Crew.
solid
That
pick.
is very solid.
I
solid
I
pick.
fucking love it. They haven't really put out anything bad yet.
Nope.
In my
Absol's-
opinion.
Absol's hitting right now.
There's a lot I don't like.
There's some, yeah.
That's just me personally. You know what I mean?
There's some songs in there, but like there's stuff I enjoy and all. I really enjoyed Schoolboy's last album.
Schoolboy's last album is fucking awesome.
Schoolboy's great.
I mean, loved it.
Yeah.
Kendrick stuff, obviously, everything from like
I'm a big- yeah.
what were you gonna say, Jeff?
Oh, I'm a big Isaiah Rashad fan.
Isaiah Rashad.
Isaiah
is great.
Rashad
Oh,
is great.
Isaiah
Isaiah Rashad is great. Yeah, TD is solid.
I love him. I almost wish that like Kendrick would try to make bangers the way that Schoolboy makes bangers, because I love a Kendrick banger, and it
think
doesn't
it's
happen all that often.
I think he's just not there right
I don't
now.
think he cares about it, and
I
good
think
for
that's-
him.
Yeah, I
He
think that's
doesn't
just like
either, yeah.
not where he's at right
He doesn't need to make albums for Ian Karmel, but I love when he makes a song for me every now and then. Like Backseat Freestyle is the kind of song where like if you put that on, I could punch a car in half.
Yeah.
Like it's that.
Oh,
That's
man.
his Millie.
Yeah, it is.
It is his Millie for sure. Everything about it.
It fucking go, and like every time he puts an album out, like I keep looking for that next one of those, and he just hasn't really done it. But again, fine, fine. Like Black of the Berry was kind of.
I'm
like,
waiting
went
for
pretty
Cartoons
hard.
and Cereal. That to me
was a
my
crazy
favorite
song.
Yeah.
For which one?
Yeah.
But like that's because I'm an asshole that has no commercial sensibilities. But like I like an 8-minute art rap song.
Oh,
yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I don't know if it was with Gunplay too, which was this
Yo,
weird
Gunplay is a savage.
Yeah.
Gunplay is crazy.
Man, what's that video where he's
Bible on the Dash.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh man, that thing is like that's like you're just like
Yeah,
man, that video
Gunplay
is
may have done
heavy.
cocaine once or twice.
Maybe. It's quite possible. He also might have sold a tiny bit.
Yeah.
I was watching an interview with him, and he was like fishing, and he's just like talking real casually. He's like, "Yeah, man, if I look in your face and you're not he's like, I'll look you in the face, and if you're not a wolf, I'm gonna eat you." He just keeps fishing.
Did you ever hear him
And
on
like,
Drink Champs when he was talking about how he got out of his case where he was on video
Oh yeah.
pistol whipping his lawyer?
It was accountant, I think.
His accountant.
Which is
Yo,
as a Jew, I have to make the difference.
He said, honestly, you want me to tell y'all how I got out of it? I got out of it doing voodoo. I was killing chickens and shit.
What?
To get out of
Gunplay.
his case.
Gunplay. Practices
Fucking
Santeria and it has
gunplay.
a crystal
that
ball.
dude is so scary. Yo, I'm like, because I'm getting older, so I'm not like scared of rappers anymore.
Yeah.
But I'm like scared of Gunplay.
Gunplay's for real.
I'm scared of any rapper with a face tattoo, even one. I'm scared.
I'm scared of any
automatically.
person with a
I'm
fucking
afraid.
tattoo.
I'm afraid of Gucci Mane still, but it's like a reverence at this. point.
Yeah, I hear you.
Yo,
It's a different
Gucci's
kind of
giving me
fear.
life.
Career accomplishment.
If he
afraid
can
of.
fix it, we could all fix it. Him
Yeah.
on that bike is
He
the best thing.
wasn't that a great picture?
Him on that bike
He's the
was
only one that won 2016.
Yeah, he did.
He's the
He had a
only
good
one.
year.
Gucci,
Yeah.
fresh out the feds. Oh
Yeah.
man,
How do you get
First
a
day out the
six-pack coming out
feds.
of...
First day out the feds.
He had a six-pack in, like, beautiful veneers.
You look amazing.
beautiful veneer. Well,
Yeah.
you get dentals free in prison.
Nice.
That was out of pocket. I read it.
Shout out to my boy. Shout out to Cody Bush. Who
No,
taught me that.
Gucci went out of pocket on the veneers, though. I read an
Oh,
interview with
really?
him. Yeah, $20,000.
It looks good. Though.
Yeah,
it
it
looks
looks-
so good.
Got him
That's
on,
a
it got him
50
on
grand.
NPR. You know
Yeah.
what I mean?
Yeah.
Gucci's on
I
NPR.
think he had
Tiny
a
desk.
great tiny desk.
lot.
Yeah.
I didn't see it, but I saw that it happened, and I was like, bravo.
You know the best
Bravo.
part about his tiny desk is actually Zaytoven on the piano.
Wow.
That's the funnest part to watch about it.
All-time great rap name, too.
Zaytoven?
Zato.
Zaytoven
Yeah.
is
Do
great.
you ever see his movies? Like Weed Man?
No.
Weed Man
I didn't know
2?
they existed.
Oh, see, I need,
They're on YouTube.
I've only seen Weed Man
Weed Man
3.
too. I jump in around 3.
Yeah, I understand.
First two are bullshit. They found their voice.
commercial dribble, you know?
I love Black Hippie. Kendrick is like one of the most gifted MCs right now. Just
Yeah,
so
oh,
good
for
at
sure.
it. They're like a basketball. They have like the people who play their roles and they play their roles really
Shout
well.
out to No Can Do. He once called them a boy band.
A boy band?
Whoa.
Because they were handpicked, ultimately. I mean, props to Top Dog for...
Yeah, they're
Yeah,
not
I
like,
guess so.
They're
They're
not
not-
like together like that.
Well, I
right?
guess what it was Kendrick and Ab-Soul knew each other, I think, because they were both like rapidy rap guys.
Right.
And J-Rock was pretty much just a gangster from Watts, and I think Top knew him from kind of that play, from
Right,
Watts. And then Schoolboy Q was just sort of, I think he knew Ali because he played the engineer because he played football with him at West LA College.
Yeah.
And then he kind of brought him in, and he was like a gangster from Hoover.
who went to West
Schoolboy.
LA?
Both Ali and Schoolboy went to West LA College for like a year.
Get out.
Or 2
Like,
years.
that shit is like down the block from me.
Yeah, he played football there. He said, I was like, were you like a running back? He's like, I was a wide receiver. He's like, I used to be skinny.
Makes sense. I saw a picture of him when he was like 18 one time. He looks terrifying. Schoolboy seems like a real wild card. That's why I like him.
Yeah, he is, right?
He's
yeah.
like a true maniac.
He
That's
looks,
true.
he's got a little
Yeah.
face tattoo.
I went around
Yeah.
South Central with him once, like talking about like the places where he like would get shot, or like you know what I mean, like where it was like crazy
Yeah.
things, and it was
Yeah.
like It was not. It's not an act. You know, he definitely
No,
had a-
you can
It
tell.
doesn't
when
seem
He would
like
be like,
an
he was
act.
like, that's the shoes for less. He's like, we robbed that motherfucker blind. You know, it was like stuff like that.
he robbed the shoes for less.
Yeah, it was.
You should rob a Foot Locker.
Yeah.
feel
I
like-
mean, it was. I think it was like not
Or a
necessarily
chic.
armed robbery, but it was more like a clever heist.
Oh,
stealing,
yeah.
No, it
stealing
wasn't
shoes
armed
and shit.
robbery.
like
Yeah,
in the
yeah,
beginning
yeah.
of The Wash.
Yeah.
Remember Snoop Dogg
Oh, where
steals
they
the
go in and
shoes.
leave the old shoes,
Yeah,
right?
I've always wanted to pull that.
Sean Jordan, podcast veteran,
Yeah.
definitely has done that. Yeah.
Yeah,
so
you gotta hit your other pick. We are like,
I know. I hit them both.
That was
It's
the
on.
second
one. Oh, yeah, okay.
We might go for. This might be a 4-rounder.
I understand
because we have a
it's
lot
a
to say.
4-banger.
This might be, and there's
I-
not that many good rap clicks. So this might be.
Yeah.
We'll make the call after the third round, but we'll see. Jeff Weiss, it is time for your
I'm
second
going.
pick.
All right. Okay. Hold on. I thought we were going. Yeah, I'm gonna go with. We should probably make. It's hard because you're like, well, it's the difference between a label and a click because it's like one of those interesting conversations because
True.
it's like, is Hypnotized Minds a label or a
Man.
click? And I would say probably label.
really?
I would say probably
I
label.
don't, but like, did you ever watch Hollywood?
The 3-6 Mafia show where they go.
Lil
yeah.
White was hanging out. Project Pat was hanging out.
All right. Well, you know what? I'm gonna take one off the table because I don't think it's gonna necessarily get picked. But I'm gonna go with. But I think they probably deserve credit. The Screwed Up Click from Houston.
God damn it! Damn it! That was the next one.
All right, fuck
Oh
you.
man, that shit was huge for me in high school. That was like, remember Controversy Sells?
Yes.
The Paul Wall Chameleonaire
Yeah.
mixtape with like the ripped, like the picture of them on the cover, but it was like ripped.
I think they were. I think Paul Wall and
Man.
Chameleon were actually Swishahouse. Technically, they were Swishahouse.
They were
I believe.
Swisher
They were
House,
Swishahouse.
and then okay, that's fair.
Well, I was just in Houston, so I'm like
Yeah.
fresh. But I just had a weird trip to Houston where they're like, all right, you're gonna hang around in Houston with Paul Wall, Zero, and Slim Thug. I was like,
Oh
this is
man,
sick.
Zero.
But Zero, I went to the Screwed Up Tape shop with Zero, which was
Really?
because it was
I
and
hate you, bitch.
it was and it was honestly. Zero, DJ Screw had the most. This is what puts him over the top. He had the most immaculate penmanship. They have the
I
original,
saw that picture you
They
posted.
have
Really?
the original whiteboard there, and it's like DJ Screw wrote the first it must have been 150 tapes that they put out, and it's like beautiful calligraphy. It's like tiny
That's
print.
crazy.
It's like
And then-
office porn. It's
and
like
then-
amazing. Yeah.
And then Zero
Crazy.
looks at me and goes, "You can see when someone else took over," and you're like, "Yeah, I actually can."
Yeah.
What's Zero like? Because he doesn't seem like he would be maybe the funnest guy.
He was like
Somber?
he was incredible in a way because he's just like he's like James Bond. Like I'm like there are I interviewed you and you told me everything, but you maybe told me 8% of your life.
Really?
Yeah, like you're like you probably have.
Did he talk about his brother Dougie D?
No, he didn't. He did talk about Trey a little bit though.
Okay.
That is not a fun.
What are
time.
the seminal works of the Screwed Up Click for those people, for the uninitiated?
I
who
mean,
might
it would definitely be
listening?
the Screw tapes, but
Yeah.
also like Big Mo, City
Man,
Syrup, isn't
Mr. M.O.E. the bar, baby.
Yeah, I mean, that's incredible.
Yo, that was like in high
Yeah.
school. That was Houston was like my shit.
And that's
Yeah.
is that Lil Flip too?
Little Flip,
Yeah.
he was the last member in Screwed Up. So it's like Big
50-50
Pokey,
Little Twin.
Botany Boys, DJ Screw. There's the thing is, there's two waves. There's like ESG was in it, Fat Pat,
Swanging and banging.
Yeah. Swanging and banging.
Little
yeah.
Kiki, Southside.
Yeah.
is an amazing song.
Southside
and,
was a hit.
Yeah, it's like two waves of Houston rap, but also like for me, I think Screwed music is sort of rap music's dub. Like it's like not, maybe it doesn't make sense necessarily, and like for me, the first time I heard it, I was like, I don't understand this. Why am I listening to?
Yeah.
Also, the June 27th freestyle is like maybe what, and that's like maybe the other thing too. Like they're incredible freestylers. Like all those albums were.
I was gonna
freestyle.
say they were like, who is that dude? I twist your cap like a soda top. You know what I'm talking about?
No.
Oh, man, it was great.
freestyle-
Houston's
yeah.
great.
Yeah,
that,
they're
that
all-
shit was like that's
yeah.
its own, and it's its own style. And they were like
Yeah.
all independent and like
And like Screw was like he was like a deep hip hop head too. Like his favorite rapper of all things was Sibo from Sacramento. Like,
Oh, really?
like
Yeah.
Sibo and Killa Tay. Sibo.
Yeah, and he like
Yeah.
if you listen to some of those Screw tapes, it's like DJ Quick chopped and screwed. Like he was listening to like all kinds of rap from all over the country, and I think you can hear that in some of the Houston rappers because they have that. They have that, like they grew up, I think, on the East Coast. I think a lot of rappers from that era grew up on the East Coast style.
Yeah.
Because that was like what it was, right?
Because they really rap, and I feel like Houston and Baton Rouge, like they really, really like you have to be a good rapper, and even like someone like Riff Raff, who's probably a descendant from that via Switch. I mean, and they burst Switch House, which
Yeah.
I think led to kind of not to say, but like even Riff Raff, who like a lot of people talk shit about, that guy's an amazing freestyler.
Well,
Oh, is it?
Swisher
Yeah.
House
He can rap, yeah.
Swisher House is Michael 5,000 watts,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
Okay, and then SUC is like, so that's Screw Up
Big
Click is like
Hawk,
the
yeah.
originals.
Screwed Up Click was the original one.
Like,
yeah,
is Magno in Screw Up Click, or is he in
Who?
Magno?
I don't know.
Oh,
I don't
man.
think so.
That Texas, it's so weirdly, there was like this place.
You're like deep into that shit.
Yo, there was this spot in the hood in Colorado, in Aurora, Colorado. There's a spot in the hood called Angelo's, and they would get all the tapes from Texas.
Yeah.
And you would like, you know, you put your neck out, you risk going there, but you go and you get the tapes. And like, yeah, I used to listen to like Gorilla Mab and like all those guys.
And like, I mean,
All
Zero's
those
incredible. Trey has
Trey-
made some great
Trey's
music.
dope.
Like Trey Restless is an incredible album.
Big Tuck.
Like yeah, I
all
mean,
that
this
stuff.
shit is just incredible. And like, you can, if anyone's listening to this, you can still go there to Houston, and it's a crazy store because
Yeah.
it's like there's not that much in there. You know what I mean? But you can go in and you can buy almost any CD and a lot of like old tapes still.
That's
and,
so cool.
Like hoodies, T-shirts, like and it's like they have like a big like Screwed Up Tapes mural. They have like it's a second location, but it's still like. It's what you want because it doesn't feel. It's not like some like gentrified recreation.
Right,
It's
right,
like-
right.
It is, and it's like in a little strip mall. It's like, and the crazy thing about Houston is like you have to drive everywhere. It feels very infinite, and it makes sense. I think that kind of music when you're in a place like that where it's like so expansive because the music is so like druggy and
Yeah,
slow
thick.
and,
It's like syrupy. No
Yeah.
pun intended.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
It is.
But
I
it
mean-
like really is.
No, I
Big
used
good
to
up shit.
love, man, I love that whole time, like, Chameleonaire before he popped was
it was
big
amazing.
for me.
Get your mind
Like, the
correct.
mis-
Get your
the-
mind
oh,
correct
yeah.
with Paul Wall is incredible.
Oh man, fuck the mixtape Messiah, that 3-disc
Yeah.
that he dropped like right before he went major. Like he has a song with Kanye West on that, and that's what did he say? He said like if Benzino got a Benz and they call me Benzino, then I get my Bentley. They're gonna call me Bentlino.
Yeah.
like oh
Bentlino.
man.
Oh,
so
my
good.
God.
I just love like for me like I just love regional rap in a way because and like,
Yeah.
I feel like radio is kind of killing that because radio like in Houston still like the Box 97.9 still will play like they'll play 0 at 2:00 in the afternoon. So I was out and like we were like following these guys around and like everywhere they would go like people are like I have like go up to 0 like random girls that you'd never think listen to rap. They'd be like, "You're my favorite on Spotify. Every single song is my most played."
That's the crazy shit I feel like about regional because I learned that in the Bay, like in the
Bay
Bay
is like that,
Area.
too.
Yeah.
If you play Mac Dre, some white girl who
Oh, yeah.
20 who you
yeah.
would never think knows all
Too
the
hard to the
words.
radio, every
Too
word,
hard.
feeling myself,
Everybody
yeah.
knows too hard for the radio.
Yeah. They
like
play it on the-
everybody, and that's like the beauty of regional rap is like I don't know how it works with other types
It's going
of
away
music.
because the radio used to play that, and
Yeah.
now it's like
Yeah,
that's why I was going in on Power 106 and 92.3 because it's like you cultivated like Sugar Free was that guy for LA and DJ Quick was that guy for LA, and now there is probably no one in LA who gets played on the radio who like may be problem, but I wouldn't say that. Like it's not like
What
deep
about
cuts.
YG?
No, YG barely gets played. It's the Drake song. It's like only the
Why
Drake
you
songs
always
get played on the
hating?
radio.
Yeah.
Or that one that he stole from a man rapping Forte.
Oh god, yeah, every song.
Shout out
he's
Forte.
still- Yeah.
That's the
Yeah,
only rapper I've
yeah.
ever done a show
Yeah.
with, besides Open Mike.
That's the
Right,
best.
right.
Those are like the two. That's great.
Yeah,
Rapping
he was-
Forte.
It's not like he's not doing good.
I know. I was gonna do a story about where the Players Clubs are today in gentrified San Francisco.
Yeah.
They're nowhere. They're condos.
He's
They're in
hanging out in front
Vallejo.
of Neck of the Woods doing
Yeah.
shows with me and my friends.
Man, what a legend.
Screwed Up Click. But if you can give, because I don't know much about, I don't have a lot of experience with. What are like 3 songs or even like one
The
album?
June
to check out?
27th freestyle
June 27th
is
freestyle.
the best. Little Kiki Southside and 0 Life of Joseph McVeigh, I would say, is pretty amazing.
Bam.
That was on Rap a lot, but that's still like probably. And also, actually, I would say the Mo City Don freestyle. That's where he's rapping over like Eric B and Rakim.
Yeah, yeah.
And he actually hates that song, but like that was crazy. I was just there, and like they'll play the Mo City Don freestyle like in a club. It was a really random.
They
club.
play freestyles in the club.
They played the Mo City Don freestyle in the club,
crazy.
and everyone knew every word. And I love that because that is going away,
That's
and I
fucking
want
beautiful.
like, you know,
Do you
I
feel like
want
that's
that.
the internet?
I
as
think
much-
it's. I
or
think
you think
I
it's
think it's
straight on
100% terrestrial radio. I think it's 100% because I was getting into this argument with the radio DJs and they're like, well, all these apps and everything. I was like, honestly, like I'm more apt to listen to the radio now because I don't want to fuck with my phone. And I used to listen to CDs.
Yeah.
I used to listen to CDs constantly, and I would never listen to the
Well,
radio.
data's fucking that up. People don't want to burn through all their data and like
Oh,
listen
yeah.
to Spotify. Yeah.
Yeah,
So
for
radio
sure.
is it's still
Like in
viable.
LA, it's like that. But I was fighting with them, and I was like, KCRW is 1% less than you with no money. Play local music and like put on local artists, and you don't have to necessarily play everything. But that's why, like, it's like Baton Rouge. All these
Yeah.
artists were so good. The Bay is a perfect example.
Yeah, they love their own
Chicago. I
shit.
mean, Chicago probably to some degree. And Chicago still exists a
Chicago
little.
now.
Chicago now they will play it.
Right.
Like Chief Keef, like a song like Finetto or Finito. Like they'll play they'll play. Like, I heard when I was there, I heard Dreezy's Chirac freestyle,
Right.
and like. You'll never. There's not an LA equivalent of that. And the big it was like, but you have to because otherwise it's killing the culture. Not to be that guy, but
do you feel like hip hop was a culture that was built on like interpersonal relationships and stuff like that, and that goes away with like because like I've been thinking about that. It just seems like hip hop was built to like not succeed, like built despite of it.
Yeah, it's a resistance.
Yeah. So then when the wave is going with it, I feel like hip hop maybe doesn't know how to deal with that.
I think
right.
I agree.
Does that make sense?
Like, well, there's no pride in necessarily like it's okay. You don't necessarily need to be mainstream, and people forget that like Common never really did like. I mean, he's done a couple whack like crossovers, but like the Roots, Common, Mos Def, they're insanely popular. Doom. Insanely popular.
Doom
like,
is crazy,
who wouldn't want to have Doom's career? He never was on the radio. And you can do that. And I feel like everyone is always like, I have to be on. And it's a lot of it is the fans too, because the fans don't perceive you as a success unless you were like on the radio. You're aspiring to be a Drake, and like
that's crazy too. Because rap fans won't let you chill.
Yeah,
they like want you to be on so bad.
Yeah,
that's
I mean, it's like it's a misguided love. I feel because they want to see their people succeed, and it's like at the same time, it's like. There's something to be said about like I mean there's no one I want because I interview these rappers and like I meet them and I'm like I like you, like I want you to be able to make like I want you to buy a house. Like, send your kids to private school if you don't live in a good neighborhood.
Maybe for not a long time, but they'll have a house.
What about E40's been on like he's had a few radio songs, but like he's like courtside at fucking Warriors games and like
that's true.
Sitting next to like Silicon Valley's
but you can
riches
still hear
shit.
Sprinkle Me on the radio.
Excellent pick, Screwed Up Click. David Gborie, it is time for your second pick.
You guys are such real heads that I'm skimming off the top, and I don't feel bad about it.
Yeah.
My second pick, Cash Money Millionaires.
Absolutely.
I love it. They were like the little rascals of hip hop. Because everybody forgets they were kids.
They were children.
They were all kids. Like,
Juvenile was a juvenile.
Yeah, Juvenile was, his name.
It was not a clever name. Yeah.
I remember,
just a clever name.
I don't know if you guys remember. Do you guys remember The Box?
Yeah, of course.
I used to watch that Ha video on The Box. And it was that video, and then they had what was that? What's the Big Timer song? Whoa, Kimo Sabe. Oh, Big Ballin'.
Yeah.
I used to watch those two
Get
videos, and I was like, these guys are the coolest guys I've ever. Because they were kids. Lil Wayne's like 3-4 years older than me. You know what I mean? Like,
Lil Wayne was like 13, 14 in like some of those videos. He was like
he was a boy.
Not yet bar mitzvah.
Ancient alien, according to your or an ancient African. That was so because he did look like him.
Oh yeah, it was because of that meme. You saw
that meme. Yeah. But it did look like Lil Wayne.
It looked exactly like Lil Wayne.
Yeah. It was like Jay-Z was like in Harlem in the 20s.
Yeah, I saw that picture too.
I've seen that.
Crazy. Yeah.
I love Cash Money. I love fucking Manny Fresh Beats.
Oh yeah.
I love wearing 2 watches at one time. I don't give a shit.
Still fly?
I used to be embarrassed. Yeah. I just love that they were so themselves with it.
You love having a quarter tank of gas in your new E-Class?
I get it. Yeah. Everything is in my mom's name. I completely understand. I think they never really went far away from what the formula was. And I appreciate that. I loved BG at the time.
Yeah.
Lil Wayne invented bling bling.
That's crazy.
Like everybody forgets. Like your mom knows what that means because Lil Wayne said it first. Like,
could you imagine? Like literally coming up with that's Shakespeare.
Literally,
shit.
no one had backed their ass up once before.
No, they started.
Not one fucking time.
He invented parallel parking.
No, but for white people, though, that was the first time. That was like a light. It was like Sir Mix-a-Lot Baby Got Back was the first time the white people were ever like,
these butts, huh?
Pretty good. And then I think we're like white girls for the first time heard Back That Ass Up, and you're like, you know what? This twist is not going to cut it anymore.
I was just, if you guys know,
the Roger Rabbit will not do.
You guys know Marcella Arguello. I was just talking to her, and she was just saying, she was like, I lose my mind every time I hear somebody say Cash Money Records taking over for the 99 in the 2000, like that, like. I don't know. And they felt like they were accessible. Yeah. Because they weren't even like, they were rich, but they were like poor people rich.
They didn't look that rich in their videos. Yeah.
No, they wore white tees and they drove Plymouths.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like they had like a new Beetle in the one video. Like,
I remember. Yeah.
Like, I loved it. I loved the youthful exuberance. Because we didn't know that Birdman was probably a bad guy. Yeah. And Lil Wayne wasn't the best rapper in the world or even the best on the label.
No.
Really, Lil Wayne was cool, but I was like, I like Turk, and I like BG, and I like Juvenile.
And who would have thought? You know, because I remember when I first saw the video for High, I thought that shit was a joke, dude. I was like,
It's so
like,
ridiculous.
What is this song?
They got
And
like a pit bull eating bologna.
I feel until Jay-Z remixed it, I don't think anyone really like took it seriously
I
outside
mean,
of the
could you
South.
imagine? Like, that's a fucking empire now. dude.
But in hindsight,
all
that
the
was like a
money.
really kind of brilliantly avant-garde beat, like, and the way he rapped it is
And the
is
way he
amazing.
rapped it was crazy. That's what I mean. They were
Yeah.
doing that. Nobody was like
No.
rapping. Like the whole song was just him making fun of this dude.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
and
Yo,
he's
come
like,
to
you
the
wear
projects when
Jabro
it's dark,
jeans?
huh?
Yeah,
Like,
Jabro
oh
jeans.
man, switch to Nike to Reeboks, huh? Like,
Yeah.
I
You're
loved
just
it.
talking shit the whole time.
Yeah, I loved it.
My favorite of the Hot Boy songs was that song Tuesdays and Thursdays, where it's like because like the whole concept is basically like at every Tuesdays and Thursdays the cops will come by, and then you'd have to
yeah.
run up off the block. And I got to interview Lil Wayne once, and it was like twice actually, but once was like of all people, Nylon Guys flew me out to Miami to interview Lil Wayne, and it's like I show up there.
That is a crazy
It's
story.
so weird. And I show up there. Lil Wayne's apartment looks like a lunar shrine. I think someone's in the window. Like it's a weird butler he has there. It's like a mannequin butler. Like I was like super weird. He's got pictures of his kids, but no one has ever lived in this house. Then they're like, Lil Wayne has a headache. So it's just like I'm waiting there for like hours. Like just I'm like, I don't know what
Well, he
to
has
do.
a headache.
They're like, he has a headache. It's like Lil Wayne has a headache. Frank Sinatra has a cold. And then I'm just like, and then finally like Lil Wayne, they usher me into his like man cave. And like when I say a man cave, I'm not saying it's like a. It's like literally a 14, the coolest place when you're 14. There's like skateboards everywhere. Like
Yeah, he's living that life.
He's like full like a flat screen TV watching basketball. Lil Wayne is eating like spaghetti with like canned corn. Like he is 14. It's like what you would eat. And like he's like doesn't want to talk, but then he was like talking about Tuesdays and Thursdays, and he was like, honestly, I had no idea what that was because I was a kid in school. But
'Cause
like
he was a child,
and
yeah.
they would basically
Yeah.
like Juvenile and BG would kind of tell him like that, this is what it is.
BG was crazy. BG was on heroin.
He was.
Yeah, you could hear it too.
Yeah,
like when
yeah,
you're as an
yeah.
adult, when you know what heroin sounds
Yeah,
like.
yeah.
Wait a minute, he was on heroin right then.
Like, dude, they were so.
Yeah.
Loud Pipes was my song, but that's just because all my friends, we love that. Big Rams, Loud Pipes, Woody. That's what they said. Woody. Nobody really
Woody
knew how
was
it
a
was
big
spelled.
deal.
A lot of people thought there was an R in it. A lot of was it Wardy and they're just from New Orleans? We may never know.
Yeah. Word up.
Yeah.
Yeah. What was it?
And like, and you just listen to their songs, and like, especially now as an adult, I listen back to their songs. Like at the end of Ha, run Forrest, run Forrest, run. That's like a kid would say that.
Yeah.
Like that's
Yeah.
like a thing a kid would do. Like, I loved the whole thing, man. I wish that it ended up better for some of them.
Yeah.
It did.
Turk.
Shit,
Didn't end up well.
how's BG?
BG
doing,
did
man?
not like when I was down in Louisiana did the Boozy thing, like as I covered Boozy's murder trial, like the night of the alleged murders, Boozy was recording with BG, and there was something called the 187, and that was the one. And I remember asking the lawyer, I was like, "Why didn't you just call BG in the court to testify?" And the lawyer looks at me and he's like, "You cannot call BG in the court to testify before a court of law." And I was like, "Yeah, that was a dumb."
That's
question.
fair.
He's
I was like,
BG.
"That was a dumb question." I apologize.
Chopper City in the ghetto.
Cash Money Millionaires. Well, they're all remain in G's until the moment they expire.
Yep.
That's nice. Excellent pick. Open Mike Eagle.
I'm so happy this is still on the board, but
Yeah.
it also lets me know my values are different from everyone else's. I'm going with the Wu-Tang Clan.
Oh, yes, indeed.
The
Oh, damn it.
Wu-Tang
That was going to get
motherfucking,
taken.
Yeah, I was gonna definitely take that one.
Rap Clan. I'm so pleased it made it all the way back around to me, so I
Yeah.
can say I could put that on. Yeah, man. So that's part of what actually got me like super deep into rap was like seeing Old Dirty Bastard. I kind of missed the initial wave, but like ODB, his first album, like Shimmy Shimmy Ya, Brooklyn Zoo,
Oh,
all
yeah.
of that just really brought me in.
It was
And
so
then,
different than
yeah.
like.
That was the Shaheem guy.
Shaheem, the rugged child. Yeah.
No, he was actually good though, but I like Jizzle was actually the first one that I really fell in love with.
Jizza, that
Wow,
was the
First time I
next-
heard Liquid Swords, I was like,
Yeah.
I don't know what.
Yeah,
the fuck
that
is going on.
beat, that song.
Yeah.
was just
See, I
amazing.
came into Jizza at Beneath the Surface, and I was like, I don't understand what it is.
Yeah. Breaker 19. I
Yeah,
don't need to hear your
that song.
Telegraph
I was
song.
like, what the fuck are
Yeah,
you
no,
talking
that
about?
was
Publicity, give me a
bad.
break.
I liked RZA for a while better than Jizza.
No,
'cause-
Bobby Digital
Yeah,
was amazing.
Bobby Digital.
Bobby,
yeah.
Bobby Digital was the reason that I fucking...
Bobby Digital was
The
good.
Kiss,
That
of
shit was
the, Kiss
so
of the
good.
Black Widow with ODB where they're sampling Portishead was an amazing song.
Oh,
Man, Holocaust and shit.
Yeah.
Come on, man. But all of that, like Raekwon's first joint,
Yeah.
Jizza's
Oh,
first
yeah.
joint,
Cuban Links.
Ghostface,
Ghostface.
Iron Man. You know what I mean? Like everything up until like from the first album up until like Inspector Deck solo, like all of that
But
shit.
even that album is like pretty good.
I
heard
did
that
not
album
listen
like
to
twice.
the Inspector
They got
Deck
some
solo.
good. That album
Really honest.
they had some half-baked samples on that album. Like they had like Samson Simpson samples, but it was good. There's some good songs on it.
I got into Wu-Tang the same way everyone in Beaverton, Oregon got into Wu-Tang, which was
Cream?
through Method Man.
Oh,
yeah.
yeah. That was the song though.
Yeah.
Hey,
Me too. Hey, so, you don't know me and you don't know my style.
Yeah.
I just like Wu-Tang was scary. Like I had an older cousin
were.
who used to listen to Wu-Tang like when it happened, and it was just like I remember listening to it as a kid and being like I was like scared of it.
Yeah.
It was its own language. It was its own like I mean, have you
Yeah.
read the Wu-Tang manual?
Yeah,
It's like
I
the
have
most
read-
inspiring book I've ever read in my life. Honestly, I
I
would take that
actually
over the
have read
Bible
that.
any day of the week. I don't need to hear like the book of Ezekiel.
I mean, and you had like Method Man doing a video with like one white contact and half
Yeah.
his hair braided and
Yeah.
shit. Like, what
Yo,
the fuck
I mean, like
You're All I Need to Get By is the greatest rap ballad ever made in my
yeah,
opinion.
and that
is.
Judgment Day album with the Donald Trump skit, maybe prophetic. It's like,
Oh man, are
maybe
you talking about Judgment Day? That wasn't that great album.
not a good album, but
I
like the
hate that
rapping
record,
on it
yeah.
is kind of the highest level. Like if you just
You
the
think
beats
that's the
aren't good.
best he was ever rapping? Better than
Maybe.
the
I
Sour
think Meth
Patch
is
Kids
still
commercial.
cold to this day, though. If you listen to
Yeah.
anything he puts out to this day, I think he's one of them other dudes.
Yeah.
Like, you know, since the songs aren't making, you know, they're not smash successes right now. People don't necessarily give him the props, but just in terms of like what amount of shit a rapper can do,
Totally.
Meth can do anything.
He's like a
Did you listen
Rolex
to Wu
watch. Like,
Massacre?
anything.
yeah.
Say what?
A Wu Massacre?
Which one was that?
That was with him and Ghostface and Ray.
That came out after A Better Tomorrow or something, or after
I
it was
think
like
so.
after one of their group albums that they didn't like.
yeah.
Then they, I never,
I mean, they
I
got
didn't
a
hear the
bunch
Wu
of-
Speaking of
Massacre.
Bobby, I mean, his verse on NYC Everything,
Yeah.
is like one of the greatest verses I think in rap history.
Man, what was I just watching Method Man and where I was like super? Oh, I was just listening to that ASAP Mob song.
Oh,
I
with
don't think I know that
ASAP
one.
Nas.
Yeah,
that song is great.
Yeah, and Method Man kills it. Like
Kills
it's all
it.
these new kids,
Yeah.
like clearly biting Wu-Tang style. And
Yeah,
then
yeah.
Method Man comes in and has the
Meth
best
is
verse.
hard, dude. He can do street rap. He can make a club banger if he needs. He can do any kind
He wore
of
a
rap. He
fat
can do
suit.
melodic shit. He can rap fast, slow, whatever. Like
The movie How High, pretty good.
Yeah,
Pretty good comedy.
he's a
you
pretty
want
terrible
to be
actor
friends
in it,
with
though.
Method Man,
Yeah.
for sure.
Although
Like,
he's kind of grumpy and angry, I feel like now. Like if you read interviews with, because like I feel like it just didn't. Like he's not built for this model of like fame. Like he's not gonna like interact with.
You
his
saw
fans
the
on
shit that
Twitter.
happened with his wife and all that.
No.
Because he's been like really notorious about keeping his private life like
Yeah.
very secret.
Yeah.
And some website like posted a picture of his wife because she was like having trouble with her health or something, and he posted it, and he like was pleading with them on Twitter to take this picture down,
Really?
and they wouldn't. He was just like, you know what, fuck all this social media shit.
You know-
this was like this year or
You know what was
2016.
weird was did you ever watch the Ghostface thing where he was on that VH1 show?
man,
I forget-
Listen,
Oh, yeah.
guys,
That was hard.
I didn't see
everybody
that.
takes an L sometimes. Yes,
was-
Ghostface was on the Dr. Drew show.
no, he was on something else too.
Are you
It
talking
was
about
like,
the relationation one with
Yeah.
his girlfriend?
Well,
Yeah.
Ileana
But maybe that was the
Von
was
Zant,
that
yeah,
Dr.
Dr.
yeah,
Drew,
yeah,
yeah.
Okay,
yeah,
okay.
It was.
Yeah, and he finds out she's a stripper, and then he gets like really upset, and she's like, "You've been to strip clubs." He's like, "I didn't date them." But you know, Ghostface is one of the greatest rappers of all time. And
Man.
and,
Yo,
Aging
that
is a
Tim
motherfucker.
Westwood video interview with Ghostface is like my favorite rap interview. It's like him and Tim Westwood in the back of a car, and like Ghostface has his own mic, and Tim Westwood is holding up a mic to him, and Ghostface puts his mic in his lap and just talks into the Westwood's mic. And at one point, he's like, sometimes I just sit at night and I pray to God and I say, "Dear God, please don't let me be old school."
also, his diss of Action Bronson was kind of
was a-
immediately legendary.
Oh yeah.
Also, the Martin Shkreli beef.
Yo,
Did you see those
Oh,
videos?
shit.
Yo, someone had to go in.
That was a weird time.
Skrillex the bat. That is a weird time.
And like, you know, if we really want to talk Wu-Tang, like some of their satellite groups were Killer Army, the first album was great.
Grave Diggers.
Killer Beast first album.
Diggers.
Killer
Yeah,
Priest's
man.
first album was great.
Yeah, Killer Priest was crazy.
Or you know, 12 o'clock. What was not 12 o'clock? What was the other one? Sons of Man.
Sons of Man.
Sons of Man
yeah.
had some good
Sons
songs
of Man was
too.
dope.
Yeah.
How
Blue,
many-
Blue Raspberry knew how to sing a hook.
Jesus Christ.
Man,
I'm here for this.
I'm just realizing that you just did such a good one. You guys aren't gonna like my next pick.
well, Mike's got to go again.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Okay.
You
But
doubled
before we
down.
get to all that, we need to take a quick break to shout out our sponsor.
Word.
Word.
Guys, it's still January. There's still time for your New Year's resolutions. There's still time for you to make your next move. And, whether that includes setting new goals, starting a business, changing careers, or even launching a creative project, you're going to need a website. And Squarespace gives people a powerful and beautiful online platform from which to make their next move known to the world. So I have to now, I'm going off copy now. I made my website with Squarespace. It's fantastic. My website looks amazing. Well, my ex-girlfriend made it. I think I said this on the last ad. It's not that interesting. What is interesting is how dope it looks. You can check it out at iankarmel.com. It looks real good. And you can do it too. With Squarespace, it authentically is super easy. They have beautiful award-winning designer templates, so you don't even have to know what you want to do going in. They're going to walk you through that. They have award-winning 24/7 customer service, and they have this all-in-one platform, so you don't have to install or patch or upgrade anything ever. It's so easy. It's flexible for any kind of website. If you want to, sell stuff, if you're opening a restaurant, whatever it is, it's so easy with Squarespace. So start your free trial today at squarespace.com and enter offer code ALLFANTASY to get 10% off your purchase. 10% off. That's the greatest deal in podcasting, as far as I know. Most of them are 9%, but All Fantasy gives you that 10% boost. Take that 10%, put it in a manila envelope, and send it to me, and I'll spend it on sneakers. Again, go to squarespace.com and enter offer code ALLFANTASY to get 10% off your purchase. All right, back to the action. All right, we are back. Mike, it is time for your third pick.
I'm keeping it East Coast. I'm keeping it rapidy rap.
Yeah.
And I'm going to say a clique name who I don't know if people here are even familiar with. I'm going to go with the Outsiders.
Okay, can I?
But is that
this
a group
is crazy.
or a clique?
Can I say?
I don't know.
I was just in the bathroom.
Depends how you think of Rod
Yeah.
Digger.
I was just in the bathroom and I was like, "Oh, I'm here with these two guys. You guys would know," because I remember listening to Eminem albums,
Right.
And he would always talk about it. What's that? What's that song? Outsiders, baby, and we sue in the courts because we
Yeah.
dope as fuck and only get a two in the source.
Yeah, they ripped
and I
them.
was like, I don't
Case
know who
one
the
got
Outsiders. I was just that's so funny.
They were also on the Fugees, the first
Yep.
Fugees.
Yeah,
album.
that's right.
3 of
On
them were
Blood
on
and
the
on Reality,
No.
they were?
On
no.
what's
The Score.
The Score.
Score.
Yeah, 3 of them
Okay.
were on the Score. On the song Cowboys.
Oh,
Yeah.
is that? And
That's
what
3
is
of them.
They're from
That's-
Jersey, and
That's
they
Pace
sold
One, Young Z, and Rod Digger on that song. They're all from the
Rod
Outsiders.
Digger?
Rod Digger's in the Outsiders. And the reason Young Z, who's like the leader of the Outsiders, he was all over that album because he wrote all the Praz's verses on the Score.
Hey, there's some good pros bars.
And if they were, then Young Z wrote them.
The thing about Praz is he's not a good rapper, but he's like a good flavor.
I don't think so. I would disagree with that as well.
I think he's like
would
he's like
take him on?
cilantro.
So what?
You would take him off the Score?
I would take
Fair.
Praz
You don't
completely
want to
off
eat a
the
big
Score.
pile of cilantro.
Nah, but it's like a little.
I would
bit.
take Praz
God.
completely off the
My
Score.
man, come on. You would
Nah,
take
dude.
Pros off the
Nah,
Score?
Praz
nah,
is
I disagree.
boo-boo.
That's crazy because it was like,
no.
bro, man. What about okay? I got a Pros verse that works. What about Staying Alive?
No,
Yeah, I
that?
agree
I
100%.
don't even
Come
like.
on.
I think you can. You can.
100%.
I think you can.
And John Forte.
You can erase.
John Forte!
is dope. I think you can
Big
erase
Coke,
that song from history, and we all be okay.
No.
You know what I
Man,
mean?
you're going hard on my man Pros.
John
man.
Travolta's
I'm
Ghost is
talking
magic.
about the Outsiders right now. You can't talk to me about Praz. You know what I mean? You can't talk to me about one of the
fair.
worst guys ever. When I'm talking about a crew
Get 'em
full of the
superstar-
best
You
guys
need
ever.
the glue in a group.
What about Rod
The
Digger?
glue?
The glue.
They would have been fine.
They would not have been fun.
Fine.
I feel
They
like-
were dating each other. They might have made better shit if they weren't having to act like they weren't dating around this dude.
Right.
Man.
Those
Yo.
Pros verses would
Pros,
have gone
like, I
to
was
either
shocked.
Clef or Lauren, and those would have been better.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. More, you would have had more Clef or more Lauren.
They weren't going to make
the
the
hard
song.
part
They weren't
is-
going to make the songs a minute shorter.
The hard part
yeah.
is now I'm trying to go through my head and find the Pros verse to prove you
No,
wrong.
Staying Alive was.
Staying Alive was about as good as it got.
Yeah.
He's just not a good rapper. Like, there's just some guy. We're talking about like Method
Did
Man. and
applause
Slick
like
Rick
a
and Busta
matador crowd
Rhymes.
yelling "Ole"?
He's not good.
No, you're right.
He's just not good at rapping. He's not good at saying the rap things on the microphone. He's not that
and he's
good
got
at
like
it.
his style, but he's got like a good style.
No,
brought
his
the
style is not good. Like
maybe
that's
brought-
what's not good about him is his style.
Proz
Like,
brought snacks to the studio. He was like handy with an orange slice.
I think he was the money at
some
first.
shit. Was he the money
I
guy?
think he was the money.
Really?
At first.
Was he a
I think he
rich
was
kid?
funding things at first. Yeah,
Was
he
he a
had-
rich kid?
I don't know about rich, but he had more money
But
than the
like,
rest of them.
yeah.
Yeah.
Damn.
But Outsiders,
Outsiders.
Young Z, Pace One, Rod Digger, Eminem was down for a while, Slang Ton, and it was a bunch of them. They tended to be about 8 people at a time, and some people would rotate in and out. Super underground New Jersey crew, but every
Is it like a slaughterhouse type of thing? where it's-
but pre-slaughter, like way
no,
pre-slaughter.
I know. Wait, I just mean like the type of like. Crew.
Yeah, definitely bars. Definitely
Right,
bars. Like they'd
right.
have hooks and songs too, but it was definitely about like we're gonna take turns getting on this mic and saying the craziest shit that we can think to say.
Right.
And you know, like I said, Eminem before he fucked with Outsiders, he was just infinite Eminem. Like I'm a rappity rap. But when he got with the
Infinite,
Outsiders,
it's like technically good.
when he got with the Outsiders is when he found the Slim Shady personality, because you had to go hard like that to hang with them dudes. You had to
'Cause
have
Slim Shady is, like,
crazy.
crazy.
Yeah, you had to have a crazy thing because they
And
were
Rod
nuts.
Digger, because I
Rod
never
Digger
know.
too, yeah.
I've never known Digger to have bars. I've known Digger to be like imperial.
no, Digger-
you know what
no,
I mean?
Digger's
You know it's
crazy,
Digger looking
yo.
pretty in the video.
They got a song
Flip Mode
called-
Squad and
Yeah, Flip Mode Squad and Outsiders. Now Digger's though, like if Digger's album that had the Imperial on it, they had a song on there called The Last Word that has the Outsiders on it, and it's called "These Outsiders is gonna get the last word," and they call it that because if you listen to it, because it's like 6 dudes rapping on the song, 6 dudes and her. Every time somebody starts, they rhyme off the last word. The last person rhyme back.
That's like that's what I
You know
like.
what I mean?
Like to be like just to be like so.
And they're bars and technical and listening to each other, and everything sounds like a rap cipher. So like all of the rappers I know from my generation, we were like all super influenced by the Outsiders, and they're all still like a lot of them still making shit today. They're a little nutty in the head because they live in fucking Newark. You know what I mean? But they're dope as shit, man.
All right, I'll take that. Hell yeah.
Word.
Real quick, Proz went to Yale.
Yeah, sure.
So,
Yeah,
okay.
of course he did.
I think that might be a Wikipedia thing because Lauren Hill definitely went to Yale, but I don't think Proz went to Yale.
Oh, it says it on
Lauren Hill?
But she went
Wikipedia.
to Columbia. Lauren Hill went to Columbia.
Okay.
Lauren Hill went to
I
Columbia.
just watched Sister Act 2, by the way.
I think
Nice.
John Forte went to. Did he do Yale? He went to an Ivy
Sean
League. Penn.
Forte.
I think he went to Penn. I might be confused with John Legend, but he definitely was an Ivy League guy.
No, even on the Huffington Post it says Proz went to Yale,
Well,
and he's a documentarian now.
I knew that.
Oh, is that the Skid Row
About
thing he
homelessness,
did?
yeah.
And he made one about Haiti,
that wasn't that good.
and he was in Mystery.
Just
I
like
watched
Proz.
it because I watched it if rappers are in it.
Not to steer it away from the Outsiders. I just wanted to. I just read Proz's Wikipedia.
No. When I said their name, I figured I was the only person who knew about them. So I understand the conversation going on different tangents after that.
I don't know though.
well-
You fed me game. I'm definitely gonna go back and look.
I mean,
at
you
it.
know, but it's also it's me. Like I come from a certain, I come from a certain phase, and especially underground hip hop, and like the Outsiders is a crew. You won't hear their shit because they made a couple big projects with Sony Roughhouse. I think signed them and put out an EP and an LP. Those
Yeah.
are both cool, but their freshest shit is the shit you could only hear on like Napster, where they were like recording in this house they called the outhouse.
Yeah.
And they were recording like in the basement, and they didn't have no compressor or no sound treatment or nothing. It sounded like a bunch of dudes yelling in the microphone in the basement, but it's their hardest songs. Like everything was the hardest shit. And that's when Eminem was down with him too, when they had them bad recordings. And all
Because
that.
I was. That's so funny. Yeah, I was just thinking about that. I was like, I've never known who the Outsiders were, but he does rep them on
Yeah,
the first
for
album.
real.
He
I've heard
definitely
him
says it.
referenced, yeah.
yeah. He definitely says it a few times.
They really changed his trajectory. You know what I mean? Getting down with them.
What? So he went from being like a rap Olympics kind of.
He went from being like straight
like,
backpacker, like
Yeah.
straight up like, and I'm like just repping, being a smart guy in the streets to like, no, I'm going to find a reason to use these same bars, but also be a crazy person, and that's from
because he
fucking
is
with
a crazy
Outsiders.
person, right? Like,
Yeah,
that's
well, I don't know how crazy he really was, but I know that like, in terms of presenting your wordplay or whatever, it's all about like what motivation this character has to say these words. So if your
Right,
character
right,
is just like, I'm a backpacker dude, you're just going to say kind of boring shit. But if
Yeah,
your
but
character
character's
is like,
I'm a crazy
I'm a
person.
half lunatic,
Yeah.
then I'm going to find crazy reasons, and all of a sudden I'm raping lesbians while they're screaming at me, let's just be friends. Like, that's Outsiders type shit. You know what I mean?
Man, that's like why I liked him, is it was so like shocking and like disruptive.
That's the Outsider shit.
Like, 'cause I was
so if
like-
you like that shit,
Yeah.
you will love them.
Okay, I will check that out. Oh, is it?
Indeed. Yeah.
Is it on me?
We're all making plans to go home and listen to the outside.
I got a playlist. I
We're
feel like
queuing it up on Spotify.
I feel bad.
Queuing it up on Napster.
I feel like I'm holding it down for the mainstream, which was never my intent.
I picked
on this podcast.
good music and TDE. You're all right.
Okay, so you get it.
You
Well,
know, I'm Mr. Underground. You know,
Yeah.
I'm going with like another one from the motherfucking Rough Riders.
Yeah.
Come on. Volume 1, Volume 2. They had a dude who rapped about fire. He was just
And Drag On rapped about water.
Yeah, no, Drag
And
On
what,
rapped
fire?
Fire all
It was
the
the
time.
opposite of water.
Yeah.
The opposite of H2O.
The opposite of H2O.
Yeah,
That
the
was
opposite of
his
H2O.
album.
Yeah, it's true.
Yo.
Also a 2.5 Mike album in the source.
Of course.
Yeah.
It was bad. He rapped
Sounded
about
just
fire.
like Cameron. Sounded just like
It
Cameron.
was about... Oh, man.
It's like that. Here's the idea. It's like you sound like Cameron, but you rap about fire.
But you love fire.
and it was inspired by like Cameron's album cover where he was standing in front of fire.
Yeah, in
He was
front
like,
of fire.
Confessions of Fire. Yeah.
But listen.
Which is also the most
Drag On
homoerotic album
aside,
cover ever.
Drag On aside. Come on. Fucking DMX.
Yep.
Fucking Eve.
The
Locks.
locks. The fucking locks.
The Locks, come on, what street rap? Because they were fresh off of Bad Boy.
Right.
They were fresh off
Gin.
of Bad Boy who couldn't work them, and they were like, I loved the Rough Riders. I love the two crews. I said the movie that they made together. Backstage was like, the first time I saw that was like incredible to me. Like, and like, man, it ended up bad for him, but I love DMX in my heart.
DMX? Yeah.
I love DMX in my heart.
He was fucking huge for a while. When he put
was
out,
amazing.
I mean, he was the biggest rapper in the
It's
world.
Dark and
for, like,
Hell's Hot and Flesh My Flesh,
Yep.
like in
Two
the same
platinum
year.
Same year.
And like they
same
sold like
year.
1 million first week, or not much, but
it was
close to
incredible,
that.
man. I mean, you don't remember? Do you remember the first time you saw "Get at Me, Dog"? That video.
Mm-hmm.
That was another thing to me that was like a pivotal moment. I saw "Get at Me, Dog" on. Remember when BET had Uncut?
Yep.
Like late night.
They played Get At Me Dog on Uncut.
Yo, because "Get at Me, Dog" wasn't a hit. I don't think it was even a hit out of New York.
Yeah, it wasn't.
But they played it on because it was because when you bought it at the store, the Def Jam single, it was "Get at Me, Dog" B-side "Stop Being Greedy," and they had albums for both of them. But that "Get at Me, Dog" video in the tunnel where he was wearing overalls,
Yeah.
man, that was the rawest shit.
Where were
in
they
the
from?
world.
Yonkers? Is that where the fucking DMX was
That's
from?
where DMX and
Yeah.
the Locks are from. Is
Yeah.
Yonkers. Yeah.
Yonkers. Dude.
Yonkers.
It made me Google Yonkers.
Man.
Well, whatever. Ask
fucking-
Gigi Yonkers. Yeah.
Rough Riders Anthem, that video,
Alta Vista.
Alta Vista the shit out of that, dude.
Alta Vista. Oh man, but, like that. Yeah, the Rough Riders Anthem video. I love DMX's heart because he's just like a dude who can't. He can't like. He wants to be better, but he just can't.
No.
Like, have you ever heard the song "Back in One Piece"? Him and Aaliyah.
No.
It's DMX and Aaliyah, and Aaliyah literally the chorus. She's just like, "You can run with the dogs, but if you go out, just make sure you come home back in one piece." And on the verses, DMX is like, "Nah." Like I can't. Like,
That's
My
too
favorite
much.
DMX
You're
writer
asking
is
too much.
I don't know where he's like, I'm not a nice person. And you're like, that is such a weird thing. You're like,
Yeah, it's a
I
weird
got it. You're a guy draped in blood. You're drenched in blood,
Yeah.
and you have a junkyard dog chain around your neck. I didn't take you for a kind man.
I love him. How's It
amazing.
Going Down? I think is
Yeah,
one of
it's a
my
great
favorite
song.
rap. Like, because that song too is just like he loves his girl, bro, but he just is DMX.
What about-
He just can't help
It's a
it.
curse.
How many bars was it of just women's names on What These Bitches
Oh,
Want?
what these bitches want?
It
That
was-
was like 12
When
bars
Rough
to
Riders
just
ain't
women.
that.
About 3 Kims, man.
Yeah, about 3 kids.
It could have been 4.
God damn.
He just like, I love it because like that 50 Cent thing. He was a dude who wasn't built to last, but when we had him,
Yeah.
I love DMX, man.
Dude, he was fucking
It
nuts.
ended up bad for the guy. But
He's a
like,
fireball, man.
Yeah, he's a
Fireball.
fireball, and he was such a talent. And he was like, and if you look back, he was a freestyle. He was an accomplished battle rapper. Like, you know, have you seen that video of him and like
Jay-Z, that battle?
Yeah. But then there's the one of him, Pun. It's like a bunch of them, and they're just like sitting at a table in a bar. And it's like they're sitting at a table in like a restaurant. And it's a bunch of these guys who are like on Mount Olympus now, and like they're talking about it, and like they don't even really want to rap. And DMX is so happy to be here. He's like, "No, let's go. And like he's like pushes it, and like I feel like he had that energy. You know
Yeah.
what I mean?
He'd been kicking around for a while because he was like unsigned hype in The Source in like 93, 94.
Yeah,
I mean, you know-
forever before he got on.
Yeah.
For years. Like, Big was unsigned hype
Yeah.
a year before he got
Yeah.
on, and maybe. Like, that's how Diddy found Big.
Yeah.
When the first time I heard DMX, it was on that fucking first Mike Geronimo album that came out
Yeah.
like 95.
See?
Like
He
he had a song with Jay-Z and DMX on it. Nobody knew who either one of those
That's a
people
good song.
Oh, man. Jay-Z. That was like 22 Twos Jay-Z. Like,
Yeah. For real.
Rough Riders Anthem is one of the all-time great middle school football locker room songs.
Oh, man.
That'll just like get
When I
you
learned-
so
That is
hyped up.
definitely like football team on a school
Yeah.
bus song.
Oh,
Like,
yeah.
Oh, I'm gonna kill those other middle class white kids. Yeah.
When my cousin taught me the ad-libs, because, it's like the song, but like if you hear the ad-libs, it's like, my dog's gonna stop, your dog's gonna drop. When I knew that, man, you couldn't tell me I wasn't the coolest dude in the world.
Right.
Like DMX,
First we had
man.
them like,
Yeah, then we had them like, whoa, baby. Like, yeah, Rough Riders and like
Those
those
were-
two compilation albums. They were, and it's like, once again, it's kids' music, right? Like, on the one song, they literally say, "Do you fuck them till they come? Damn right we make them come." It's ridiculous.
South, east, west. I just want to show y'all niggas who ride the best.
It's ridiculous, but like that
Dude.
was a time. That was a
Well, fucking
soundtrack.
Swiss
to
Beats is Yamaha
Oh, yeah.
kit, dude.
Oh,
like, all of
man.
that shit.
Swiss Beats.
You know, Yamaha sued him, man, because he
Really?
was literally using just the stock sounds from the keyboard.
He
was
wasn't
like,
even-
wait a minute, you can't make millions of dollars off our stock sounds.
That I feel like, if anything, I will say that speaks to the talent.
No,
Yeah.
absolutely.
I
it
think
does.
that speaks to the talent.
He
that
made
can do
songs that moved the world off
Yo,
these little
with
throwaway,
nothing.
cheap ass noises.
Yeah.
If you listen to how, like, so many of his beats are like so like. You don't realize how seminal they were because so many people bit them afterwards.
Yeah. What-
But like the band from TV, the
Yeah.
Noriega freestyle,
That's the best song ever.
boom, boom. So many people used that same exact
and-
like. Oh
yeah,
God.
I mean, he kind of like shifted because it was like very sample based at that before that, and then he kind of shifted it into
New
like,
York
sample
beats.
free.
I used to think New York beats
and
were
Manny
corny
Fresh,
growing
yeah.
up. Until Swiss Beats. I thought
Yeah.
New York beats were corny. I was like, oh, it's going to be sparse. You know what I'm saying? It's going to be like that's what their beats
It's
were. I
gonna
was
feel
like,
cold, like you need a jacket.
Yeah,
with it.
yeah, yeah. Like
There's
that's
gonna be some scratching on the hood.
Yeah,
There was
yeah,
no
yeah,
Swiss,
yeah.
Swiss came with the
Oh, somebody's-
obviously fake scratching.
Yeah, Nas saying something. I'm out for president to represent. And I was like, these beats are fucking whack. Like West Coast
There
is
were-
the only beats.
There was no summer music.
There was
Really.
no summer
There was
music,
no
in,
summer
New York.
music in New York.
Those
for a
dudes
while.
were cold. That's
It was
why
a-
they're so aggressive.
It was a long winter.
yeah.
Yeah, it was all minor piano
Yeah,
chords.
right?
Yeah, it was
Samples,
the
yeah.
worst. Like I love those rappers. I love that rap for that time period and stuff like that. But those beats don't like. I love it when like the East Coast beats started opening up.
That's
like
Puffy. Puffy did that shit.
Yo,
man.
for sure. Like I love the dough. Jay-Z and Big, like that, like bouncy, like
Yeah.
oh man, like that's when I started to get on. But like that old shit, my life's not that hard, man.
I know.
But yeah, Rough
Riders, excellent pick.
That is my pick.
Jeff Weiss, it is time for your third pick.
All right, I'm gonna go with the Due Diligence pick and go with the Juice Crew
Oh.
because like
solid.
a little before my time, but at the same time,
love the
you
fucking
can't
Juice
discount their importance. And I think of all the old school rap groups, their style has probably aged the best.
You think so?
Of the crew of the old school rap crews, yeah, I think Masta Ace was very ahead of his time. Like a song like Born to Roll was kind of opened up like the East Coast to West Coast
Oh,
sounds.
Born to Roll's great.
Incredible. Like
Yeah.
he was on Delicious Vinyl. I mean, that was a big hit when I was growing up in LA. And like, I came after the Big Daddy Kane thing. But Big Daddy Kane was incredible.
Yeah.
Like a song like Ain't No Half Steppin', Raw, like those songs. I think that chop, then you have Cool G Rap. Influential
Cool G
to
Rap.
everybody from like Action Bronson to Big Pun, like that storytelling, the mafia.
Joel Ortiz.
Yeah, he was the first one to bring in the mafia stuff that kind of Raekwon kind of took later on. Biz Markie,
Mr.
of
Benjamin
course, by
Mall.
Twitter AVI.
Yeah, right,
But also,
yeah.
like Biz was kind of singing. Him and TJ Swan were kind of doing the singing thing and kind of the goofy sensibility of a rapper where it kind of could be playful. Roxanne Shante. One of the
Yeah.
first big female rappers ever
To be
and-
taken seriously.
to be
for
taken
sure,
seriously
yeah.
for sure, and also one of the great diss songs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah.
Roxanne.
And
Real
then,
Roxanne.
and then
Yeah.
I will also throw in because Tragedy Gaddafi, who was Intelligent Hoodlum.
Man,
He was
Tragedy
Intelligent Hoodlum,
Gaddafi.
What
and
an
then
amazing
inspires
name.
Mobb Deep.
He was like their OG, right?
MC
like,
Shan as well. So the whole borough, basically, the whole project of Queensbridge, like the whole style of the later 90s,
What
like
was-
CNN.
What was Shan's first? What's that? Ladies and gentlemen, we got MC Shan in the house tonight.
Are you doing the symphony?
Yeah.
Well, I mean, the symphony is one of the greatest posse cuts ever made.
is.
Like, definitely, like everyone, Craig G. Everyone's just rapping, and I think their style gave birth to a lot of other styles, and kind of they kind of are the archetypal New York rap crew.
I mean, without the Juice Crew, we would have had Informer. Yeah,
that's true. That's true.
Shit.
I like that. Yeah,
He did co-sign that.
He did. He's on Informer.
Shan was.
Yeah, he is.
Yeah.
Because I'm down with the snowman.
Yeah, I was literally going to post like a 12 inches of snow thing today because every time it's like winter in New York and everyone's like, oh, it's so cold. I'm like, well,
Also,
snow had something for you.
also, fuck you. I like that song.
It's a great song.
Oh yeah.
It's a great song.
I like it, boom, boom, now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I know all the words.
We made
the
fun
time
of
and the
him,
place.
but we let Macklemore slide.
Slide all the way into home. Yeah.
But that's done, right? That Macklemore thing is like over already.
Yeah.
But it's funny. I'm looking at my phone right now because you mentioned Tragedy
Yeah.
Gaddafi.
Yeah.
I want to share with you guys because Tragedy Gaddafi follows me on Twitter.
Man,
And this
Mike is
motherfucker
in
one
it.
day, like I'm mad at him, but he sent me a DM saying, "What up?" I'm like, "Oh, okay, what up, dude? I've been a fan forever." And he was like, "Didn't you work with Mac?" And I'm like, "Mac who?" He says, "Macklemore and them boys." I said, "No,
Them
I
boys
never
being
worked with
Ryan
him," and
Lewis.
that was the last we spoke to each
No,
other.
nothing else after that.
That was it.
That's good.
It blows my
He
mind
followed
that
me
you
because he
could
thought I
just,
worked with Macklemore.
you just got DMs. I got DMs.
Did he unfollow, though?
I got
No,
DMs.
no, still following. Still following.
Still following.
I got DMs with like you guys.
Yeah.
Those are my cool DMs. Like Ian, like,
Oh
hey,
my
you want
God.
to do the podcast? Or Mike, like, what are you doing on September 27th?
Yeah.
You wouldn't believe the people who do not answer my DMs, who followed me, and I'm like, why have you followed me since you will never talk to me?
Yeah, right? Yeah.
I got an angry string once from Cormega.
Oh, God, that must be very
That's a
very
hard life,
articulate
though.
angry
That's
streak.
a hard life for him.
It was like
That's a hard
Cormega was
life.
really going in because he was like, what was amazing is because Cormega was mad at one of the writers on my website for dissing Nature, which I don't know if you're familiar with the whole Firm beef.
Right.
But,
Man,
but
wait.
Nature replaced Cormega in the Firm.
Right.
And then like he was dissing Nature, and then Cormega, to his credit, was like, how dare you? Yeah, Cormega,
Really?
a stand-up guy. Yeah.
Can we also say that, I don't know if somebody might pick the firm, so never mind.
Yeah.
But shit, the firm.
Juice Crew, with the Seminole Crew. I think the oldest crew
Yeah,
that's been picked here so far. For sure. Predates Native
I
Tongues.
figured like
for sure.
someone had to. Yeah, I mean
Yeah.
they to me like I remember because growing up and it was like kind of a little before my time, but I hated like low-key. I kind of hated almost everything that was made before 1992.
100%. But I used to feel the same. I
When you're
used
a
to
little
feel the
kid-
same
yeah,
way.
When I was a kid,
Yeah.
I didn't like old school rap.
No, me neither.
And
I had
then
to get older. Like,
I
I didn't
feel
like Illmatic as a kid. I was
I
like,
still
No,
don't.
I definitely was-
I'm,
it was
I'm
written.
not an Illmatic guy to this day. I'm not really a Nas
are you an
guy,
it though?
honestly.
It was written. Are you
I'm
just
not really a Nas guy.
Okay,
at all.
that's.
Yeah.
I just listened to the track that sparked the Jay-Z beef though, like the original.
What was the original?
I can't even. I'll text it to you when I can find it to my
Word.
phone. But like when you listen to how hard he went initially, because everybody thinks it was just the takeover and Ether.
Yeah.
But Nas had a first one, and you're just like,
No, I remember there was this freestyle
Damn.
that came out before that beef where Nas said, he said H to the Izzo, M to the Izzo.
that
And
is.
that's-
I've heard that,
and
but
I feel like
this
that's
is a different
what-
thing.
okay.
Yeah, this is a different thing.
But on top of it, I like Nas. I like there's some Nas songs I like, but I feel like there's a lot of rough. There's a lot of bad tracks.
I mean the song
still.
where he rapped in like the Jimmy Durante voice.
Oh no,
not a
See,
good
that,
one.
That
not a good
really
one.
hurt my
That was
heart.
bad. Like,
just-
yeah, kids.
I
You're
just
like,
watched
"Oh."
the "You Owe Me" video. Him and
Braveheart.
Sir, what's your price?
Well,
Remember
Braveheart
Genuine?
Party. You remember
Braveheart?
Braveheart Party?
Yeah.
That was not a good party.
Listen, though, I will say I like because I had Nostradamus video, the Nostradamus album,
yeah.
and I was a kid, and I thought they were so cool because on the Braveheart song he was like, "Millennium Thug, computer chips up in my slug, turn corners when you turn corners, know who to plug," and I was like, he's got computers in his guns.
And then it's
His
like,
bullets can go around
let me
corners.
introduce
This
you
man's
to.
a genius.
So
It's like, let me introduce you to Dr. Knockboots.
But yeah, Nas, there's a lot that doesn't hold up.
Yeah, but no, maybe no Nas without the Juice Crew.
No, definitely not.
Yeah,
I
definitely
don't
not,
think
right?
that was the biggest influence on
Yeah.
Definitely.
Full
I mean,
evolutionary.
and like Wu-Tang, like all that, pretty much everything.
Yeah.
Ron Artest basketball style.
No, yeah, Ron. That's probably
Ron
fucking
Artest
true.
told me that Roxanne Shante was his babysitter.
Wow.
Yo, New
Yeah.
York is crazy.
New York is crazy.
New York is crazy.
There's so many people there, and yet you get stories like that.
Yeah. Well, I think it's like these places. I don't know, man. Whenever I go to New York, I'm like, this is like way smaller than I thought.
Yeah.
Like, dude.
Oh, Queensbridge is like tiny.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
listening to Dipset, I thought Harlem was like 12 square miles.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like that's how it feels.
It's
And then
tiny though. It's like a few blocks.
It's literally
Yeah.
a neighborhood.
Which makes it all the fucking more amazing. Juice Crew, amazing. We gotta keep it moving, so I'm gonna make my third pick. And with this one, I'm gonna go. I don't even know exactly what to call this click, and it's gonna fit completely with my like kind of like in corny radio stuff. But I'm picking. I think you can call them either Swing Mob or Debasement, which was Missy Elliott and Timbaland and like
God, are you
Genuine.
serious?
New
That's on my
York.
shit.
Is it on your
Are you
list?
serious?
Yeah.
I didn't think anybody was gonna
Mad
get
Scales,
that.
Aaliyah, even,
Yeah.
which I know is our
all Virginia folks.
Yeah, the Virginia people. Yeah,
Just call them Virginia folk.
Virginia folk,
They
yeah.
also had an R&B group, Playa. You
Yeah.
remember that?
Yeah.
You can't stop your hands. It's the music.
And
I fucking
and Tweet.
and
Tweet
Tweet
was there.
as well.
Oh man,
Wow.
they were
Tweet
all
still
in
shows
the.
up on songs.
Now,
They
was-
were all
was
in the
Mag-
Up Jumps the Boogie video.
Magoo.
Was Magoo down?
Magoo was down.
down.
Magoo was part of the swing mob. Yeah.
Oh man,
What is weird is nobody ever pointed out that Magoo and Missy Elliott sound identical.
Oh, okay.
yo,
Kind of similar timbre.
They kind of do.
that is so true. Missy sang a dangle.
Up Jumps the Boogie.
Oh,
Yeah.
man.
It's like, man, maybe it's like a Quasimodo.
I used
Has anyone ever seen him in the room at the same time?
They were great. They had that "Love
They
to
were
Love You"
great, right?
song.
Love
I
to
love
Love
that
You.
song.
The Knight Rider song. It's a great song.
Yeah.
Lobster and Scrimp with Jay-Z was a great.
Oh man,
Timbaland
dude, they had
Lobster
off
Shrimp
the
was
top
ill.
from the candy store to the
Timba-
coffee shop.
Yeah.
we added again.
Timbaland and Missy Elliott, the shit they did together was just so fucking
They
beautiful,
were.
man.
I wish they. I don't. What happened? Did they have a falling out?
I don't know. I don't know if anything happened, or even if anything did happen to the two of them.
Because I feel like they were together. Like they were together, and then like
Yeah.
He
all
just
of a
started getting weird and working out. Like,
Yeah.
it was one of
yeah,
those
I don't
things
like Buff Timberland.
It's just like
I don't
yeah.
like.
Well,
Buff
no
him.
one likes buff producer guy.
No.
Like it's
Yeah.
like it's like Dre. It's like you. Why are you taking?
I want you to have a
steroids?
Scott Storch body.
Yeah.
I want you to look like you've spent your whole life inside.
Yeah.
Best part, except when he was on his yacht, Storchiavelli.
Yes.
Oh, man. Do that Banks yacht. I think. Yeah.
Oh man, that's such a great crew. They were so like.
It's just fun shit, man. I
It's
love
just
that.
fun. 'Cause
Yeah.
Genuine was in it.
Genuine was in there. Yeah.
The second Genuine album is one of the most underrated R&B albums.
Which one?
ever.
What's on? What are the hits on that one?
There are no hits on that one. It's
Is that
the
what
one
with like
after
in
Pony.
those jeans or like same old G?
I love Same Old G.
I love. Oh man, even though I might be on
Same
TV,
old G. Man, even when you did Conan, dude, you still I can
still
speak
same
to
old
this.
G. I
Same
miss
old
my
G is
mark.
silent.
I miss my mark, baby.
Yeah,
Same OG is silent. That's
Yeah,
your
it's the
Twitter
one-
handle.
yeah. Same old, you got to change it now.
It is same old G. That is.
It is same
What's
old
so
Same
different?
old-
What's so different?
What's so different? That's
I
so
like
interesting.
Genuine has a good voice. I don't think he got credit. For
No.
like, it's like a
Pony?
good. It's like thick. His
Pony
voice
will
is
be-
like thick.
As long as I'm alive, Pony will be a hit.
You know how many virginities are still getting lost to Pony?
Good.
Still.
They just would.
Still.
He played the Slow Jams night in L.A. like last year,
No
and the
shit.
line was around the block.
I
would
would.
just-
I would pay money
Yeah.
to see Genuine.
They would
now.
rap and sing over the most audacious samples. I mean, the Aaliyah song with the baby laugh. You know what I mean? And like,
That was. I can't believe. I feel like Timbaland was in there, and he was just like, "Yo, they're gonna crown me king."
Still,
The
even
baby laugh.
I fucking love the face. I know it's. I mean, it's become like an internet meme. But from the Fade to Black was it Fade to Black with Jay-Z? Was that the name of the
Oh,
documentary?
when he did dirt off your shoulder video.
Dirt Off Your Soldier thing.
Oh, and
when
he's,
he's just
like,
in there
dancing.
showing him, and he's like,
Oh man,
it just looks so joyful.
that's just the best because you can tell he loves it. You
Yeah,
can tell
and
he
he's like-
just like loves music.
and he knew that he's like, I got one that's gonna make Jay-Z fucking lose his mind.
Oh yeah,
and he's
Jay-Z
just playing it for him.
Jay-Z and Timbaland, Hola Ho Vito.
Yeah.
that man, Jay-Z and Timbaland had great chemistry.
God, what was that one off of like that? Welcome to the future. Hey, hey, and then it comes like sprinkling in. I forget the name of that song. It's one of those where Timberlake kind of puts himself on the track a little bit.
He didn't. I think he
Off
could
that. That song off that.
I think he could have
Yeah.
done. I think he could have rapped more because he had Timbaland and Magoo, "Welcome to Our World."
Yeah.
and that was the only album, right?
Love to
Magoo.
love ya.
Whatever happened to what was her name? Shonda, the girl on that album on that song. Whatever happened? to her? Shonda. Was it Shauna? Like,
Well,
from
Shauna was the
GTP?
ludicrous one.
Shauna was ludicrous.
Yeah,
Yeah,
she was the
Shooter was-
GTP
yeah.
that then
Good rapper.
Pusha T later referenced.
Shauna?
Yeah.
When did he reference her?
Exodus 32:1. We was all fucking Shauna. I was jealous when you both said her mouth was like piranha.
Oh, Jesus.
It's weird that Magoo named himself after like Mr. Magoo.
Mr.
Like some
Magoo.
weird, blind, rich old white dude.
He had a lot of weird lines to him where, Magoo had weird lines where you're like, why did you say that? Like when he was like, up in the cut, like gay niggas and butt. Like, why'd you do that?
Say that.
Somebody should have told him not to say that.
Yeah, like why did you even do that?
I love.
And then he also said, no fan of Madonna. She's just a damn slut. Another one where I'm like,
Was that the same
rap like
That's the same-
stanza?
that's the same
Okay.
I just was thinking over it, and I was just like, yeah, why are you saying that stuff?
I
I love Madonna.
Blackballed himself in that.
We could have drafted.
that verse.
We could have
And I'll
drafted
show
Madonna
myself out.
songs. I would have been just as passionate.
we
by
could. Madonna's all right, man.
I know every word to Madonna songs through the Immaculate Collection.
Dude, the Immaculate Collection. That was a fucking steady rotation.
Oh,
2 CDs, right?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Debasement. I had to pick. I just loved how weird it was. I could relate to it on a level that
They were weirdos.
obviously
They were
good
all
and
weirdos. They were all weirdos.
And the
for
beats were
sure.
just so bouncy and fucking weird that I was into it.
Yeah, that's good.
I love a weirdo. And since we're only going 4 rounds, this is the All Fantasy Everything first, just because we've been, there's so much.
It's thorough.
So much banter.
It's
It's
a-
thorough.
I actually might have to leave.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
we'll let you go first. Then.
Okay.
we'll
I'll take
just
advantage
come
of
back.
that.
We're gonna. It's a second All Fantasy first. Mike Eagle's going right now
All right.
with his final pick.
Shit. I'm going to do that then.
Yeah.
I am. Man, I'm gonna keep it. No, you know what? Fuck it. I'm gonna do this.
Fuck it.
I'm gonna go Project Blow for my last.
I was hoping.
For my last
I wasn't going to
crew.
pick them on the
And
same
I
match,
feel, I feel bad because it's a crew that I'm associated with.
Yeah.
But if I'm to be honest, in terms of music I listened to that influenced me
Yeah.
as a young person, they definitely made a ton of it. Like if I'm gonna say Native Tongues, then I should also say Project Blow because AC Alone's music,
Dude.
Freestyle Fellowship's music, Abstract Rude. Bus Driver before I knew him.
Yeah.
Like a lot of cats.
Before he blocked me on Twitter.
Yeah, before it was definitely before that.
Before that, and before I must still come. Fuck, just the album name. AC Alone. Do you know? The Bookie Human Language is fucking
Yes,
great.
man.
I love that shit.
Wouldn't it be funny if that was really Murs and you would fuck that up?
I-
But no, you were correct.
Yeah, dude.
But
First, like to picture me on Instagram one time. No big deal, y'all.
Who did?
I'm in the streets. It's not a big deal.
you said who
Murs
did?
did.
Merce.
Yeah, Murs is the
I didn't
homie,
fuck with
man.
Haiku D'etat and shit like that.
Haiku D'etat
Yeah.
was dope. That's AC, Micah, and Abstract Rude.
Yeah.
We just had the
Micah 9? Yeah, right?
We just had the 22nd, and I'm wearing a shirt. The 22nd anniversary of Project Blow. We just had at Los Globos last week.
No shit.
Like, we've been going strong that long. Like I got down with them around like the fucking 10th anniversary. Or
Yeah.
whatever. But yeah, man, it's like my family. Everybody like I rap with from No Can Do to Dumbfounded. We're all involved, and it's been an LA institution forever. Going back to the Good Life Cafe, where people like Ice Cube and fucking Exhibit were rapping
Yeah.
around that point, to the Project Blow, where Murs and all of them were around there, and the Living Legends and all of these cats. And it's just been a real strong family and lineage of LA hip hop for years and years and years and years and years. And yeah, man, I'm talking about music I fucked with and crews I fucked with, and I got to shout out to Project Blow, man.
What a fucking thrill it must have been to come up on that and then to like.
Yeah, how dope is that? That's
No,
about
it's
the time
crazy.
that your idols become your rivals.
I mean, they definitely
Drake, I'm
treated me
sorry.
like shit when I first got here, but
Yeah.
that's to be expected.
that's how it goes, right?
Some fucking hanger-on from Chicago that won't leave.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I definitely caught a little psychological hazing.
Absolutely.
But honestly, LA has always been kind of infused with a territorialism anyway. And a lot of them cats grew up gangbanging and shit, and they don't really honestly take the outsiders.
I mean, the
that
song
well.
Sunshine Man is basically about that.
Yeah.
Where it's like, it's the don't come to LA of its time.
Exactly.
I mean, I don't know. The first time I ever heard like Mike and like you when you hear Seven Seal, you're like, okay, he's getting telepathic messages being from aliens from the year 2000 BC. You know what I mean? Like, and like Book of Human Language. You're like, how did you come up with that? Like, as a human being, it's like one of those things. It's like, I don't know how that was.
I mean, honestly, this was a crew, a scene of cats whose sole existence, their sole purpose in rap was to push each other to do the craziest things they could do stylistically. Yeah. Like.
As an artist, that's like that's so good.
Well, they were doing shit that was like it felt like informed by like the Jabberwocky, like Lewis Carroll, like shit, where it was like this is like poetry inspired, way more than like they heard a rap song that made them.
I mean, and
shit.
like as somebody that's been covering like LA hip hop forever, like if you talk to a rapper that's like in their mid 30s to like mid 40s. They were there. Like Snoop Dogg was there. Like Daz and Corrupt were there. Like even Skilo was there all the time. Like randomly, you know what I mean? Or like Fat Joe got booed off the stage. I mean, that was like a pilgrimage. That was like kind of. I mean, probably like low end theory on some levels, but it's not because it's.
But it comes
completely
from,
different.
It's from that same.
It's from
lineage,
that. It's true. And Daddy Kev
same...
and nobody grew up, with Freestyle Fellowship and producing when they were the younger ones producing for them, and it.
Yeah.
I mean, just like Peace too. Like Peace, where it wasn't going to be signed to Death Row at one point, but like he was too crazy.
He was insane.
He was like, which is amazing. It's like to be too crazy for Death Row. Yeah, it'd be pretty fucking.
That's
crazy.
fucked up.
Yeah, very crazy. He's somebody who I will not be sending this podcast.
No.
I understand.
Peace has never heard a podcast.
Inner City Riot.
What is this? Yeah.
Freestyle was so good.
Volume 10, like Pistol Grip Pump is an anthem.
That's another Project Blowed
LA
affiliate,
Cool. It goes.
But it's funny, like the Black Eyed Peas even have their roots in Project Blowed. Like it's just been an LA rap.
Behind the Front was fucking.
Man,
was
Black
good
Eyed
album.
Peas
I love that first
before
album.
Love that
Fergie
first
was like
album.
a good band.
Yeah.
Inner
Inner City Riots though was fucking
That's
great.
a great-
Griots. Oh God, I'm sorry.
Yeah, no, it's okay.
I'm a Griots. Inner City Griots with Shammy.
And like
Shammy.
And also like in terms of like Toom and making
The
certain
double
selling
whammy.
tapes like that. Like that was LA was not. I mean, there were tapes before that. Like I know DJ Quick sold the Red Tape and that was like a big hit. But to do the independent tape trading scene, that was very revolutionary. I think for the LA versus the Bay, which
Is that not big in the? Is that not big?
that was not an LA thing.
Because I don't know.
That was a Bay thing.
I don't know the lineage of
That was
LA
a Bay
rap to be-
thing.
That was a Bay thing.
That was a Bay thing.
Because Bay, they like, man, they look like, man, those Mac Dre tapes are like.
Yeah. I mean, Too
albums,
Short grew up in South
Yeah,
Central until
yeah.
about 12 or 13 or something. They went out to the.
But the original Project Blow compilation was one of the first like professionally packaged CDs that didn't come from like an actual record label. Like these were dudes, AC Alone and Abstract Rude. They were signed to majors. They were signed like Capitol and Mercury. They did their thing. They got dropped, and they took that knowledge and made their own business. And they were one of the first underground entities to actually make products that look like
before Hyro, like they kind of influenced.
Exactly.
And then they had like, I imagine they had like the distributors here, and they just
Right, exactly. They figured out how the
fill your
system
units.
worked exactly, and they knew how to go.
That's how they
straight.
did it in the South, right?
Right.
And then like Master P in the Bay,
Yeah.
too.
Slinging tapes.
Richmond, California.
Amazing pick.
No,
That is
thanks,
Really fucking good. God, yeah. That's what I listened to. Yeah, like way back in the day. Well, Mike, if you have to leave,
I do.
Thank you so much for joining
Thanks
us.
for having me, guys. It's a
Yeah.
great conversation.
Always a pleasure.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
man. We should just talk rap with the four of us all the time, and may have that be a separate podcast.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'd be fucking into
Major
that
Figures,
too.
man. I gotta get down. Check it out. Major Figures. Great. Philadelphia.
Yeah.
can see anymore.
Philly's
Oh,
most
man.
wanted.
Yeah. I don't
Cross
even
the
know
border,
how I
Mike.
got up on that. I just used to read stuff in the source.
Let's
Me too.
right.
That was like my-
Let's lightning round these last three picks.
All right.
Okay, my last pick.
Go ahead.
Very strange pick. A lot of people would not
All right.
agree. I'm saying Bad Boy post Biggie.
Post Biggie, Bad Boy.
Right after Biggie passed, Bad Boy.
Mace.
Just because the story
You're a
of
Carl
that.
Thomas guy.
What? No, not Carl Thomas as much. Like just like I'm talking about those 2 years after he left, like the shiny suit rapper
First
era.
Mace album.
Yeah,
amazing.
they were huge.
Everybody
man.
talks so much shit, but they were it. There's so much music I love that was people just hating on the fact that Diddy was so successful.
Yeah.
You understand? Like Diddy was so bomb that all these other people were like, "Fuck these shiny suits." Like, because when the shiny suits came out, don't pretend like you didn't want a
was
shiny
fucking
suit.
ill looking.
It was so
ill.
cool.
Yeah.
When they had
The
the message remix.
The Been
was
Around
like
the World video where like they drop in and they're like all like the people in the desert are like, is that Puff Daddy? And
Yeah,
they're
like
yeah.
that crew was like, it was like,
And they're like,
it
David
was
Bowie,
like,
drop it.
and it was like as a group of people, it was like you saw that their leader somebody killed their leader, and they galvanized and they mobilized, and it was like that's an inspiring group of people.
Yeah.
To me. Bad Boy, Post, Biggie. It's just like, and they had hits, and they were doing it, and they were relevant, and it was like.
Up until like the first Black Rob album was probably the last one in that.
Yeah, True Story is about where it cut off. But like, I mean, fuck, No Way Out. That album, man, Victory.
Young
Puff
G's.
Daddy and the Family.
Yeah,
that album was good.
like,
Right? Victory
man.
was so
The
good.
Victory video, the money that they put on it, like
Dennis Hopper's in that.
I just like that. Yeah, that time period and those guys. I think that was really like. It's really inspiring to see a group of people who, because they had their meal ticket. Biggie was going to take them all to the promised land. And he felt
It'd be like if Rockefeller without Jay-Z, and it was just Dame Dash's job all
if Dame
of a sudden.
Dash had been able to rap.
Yeah.
Like, I think Puff Daddy is one of the best personalities in hip-hop. Just the fact he was on, and then he was off, and then he was like, people have counted Puff Daddy out. There's been several times in my life that he's been the wackest.
Yeah.
Like, oh, who's whack? Diddy's whack.
Yeah.
And he comes back on him every time. You gotta like.
And again now, even like he's back
Diddy's
again.
cool
and shit.
again.
Yeah.
Like, and then like I don't know. I
Last
love
Train
him.
to Paris, an underrated album. Don Richard, amazing.
Definitely,
Yeah,
definitely an underrated album. Yeah. Definitely an album. And like, no, he does. The guy doesn't have bars, all that, but like,
He doesn't need that, but that's not what he does.
pure power.
He doesn't
of
write
will.
rhymes, he writes checks.
Yeah,
exactly.
exactly. Pure power of will. That's what Diddy is, and I respect that. And that's why Bad Boy Post. And it's weird
And
to say
funny.
Post Biggie because that's a weird thing. But Biggie wasn't because I don't.
Biggie was an entity unto himself more than a crew. I don't.
They weren't a crew then. They were just the other guys.
They felt like a support structure.
Yeah, who was all in Junior Mafia besides
Lil
Cease and
Cease.
Kim?
Yeah, well there it is. Yeah.
Who else was in?
You know who's going to be hurt by this, though, is Craig Mack. You're going to be hurt by it to make it before. Craig Mack.
Listen, I love the Flavor in Your Ear remix, Craig. I don't know what to say.
Yeah.
Wasn't Craig Mack?
Not saying it's a Craig Mack either.
Craig Mack was supposed to be the one to go, though, right?
He was the first one.
Biggie was a long shot.
Yeah. There's a great video you can find online where it's like some old, like there was like the first Bad Boy tour, and it's like Biggie and Craig Mack, and you can tell that Biggie is just like, this is the corniest dude ever. Because there was no one ever uglier in rap than Craig Mack. Craig Mack is the ugliest person to ever
He
live.
had like bumpy face.
He makes Larry Bird look like Tyrese.
He had a bumpy face.
Craig, you make Larry Bird look like Tyrese.
Oh man,
That's on his tombstone.
shout out to Tyrese. Black tie. He tried to rap for a second.
handsome
It was bad.
Post Biggie, Bad Boy, excellent pick. Jeff Weiss, what is your final
All right,
pick?
there's
going
a lot
to
of. I'm gonna just run through the ones and because I have to because
do
I'm
it. Do it.
neurotic.
I got one that I haven't.
All right, there were a few that I wanted to choose. All right, DITC I wanted to choose. I wanted to choose Def Squad.
Oh shit, Death Squad.
Pyro
DITC?
I wanted
Keith
to choose.
Murray. Oh my god.
The Click and E40 I wanted to choose.
That's on mine too. The Click is on mine
Soul
too.
Assassins
Damn it.
was interesting. Boot Camp Click obviously.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
And Brick Squad and Flavor Unit were also contenders.
Sure,
but-
Brick Squad,
dude.
for sure.
But-
Also Flavor Unit.
Yeah, Flavor Unit.
Brick Squad was great.
But because they're the most fun to talk about, I'm gonna go with Dipset. And
Dipset was on
Dipset.
mine just because I didn't realize till I got older that was literally a movement in New York City.
Yeah, I didn't
Like, that
understand
was
that
like-
at the time either.
Yeah, at the time I was like, who the fucking dudes? They have a Christmas album? But like, you go back.
And what a Christmas!
Dude, what a Christmas!
Christmas album.
I watched because I watched a bunch of videos to get ready for this morning.
Yeah.
Well, you texted me and I was watching videos.
Right.
But like,
You're like, now I have a
watched
purpose.
the Let Me Know video. Cameron, Let Me Know. I watched that video, and it's so crazy because you just see the starts of the movement because it's like Let Me Know. It's Jim Jones and him in the beginning, and then during the hook, he just has people on the street saying "Let me know." And it's just people.
Yeah.
It's not like a lot of rap used to be made for gangsters and shit, but Dipset was like for the people.
Trying to pull the people in.
Yeah, and they did. Dipset was like, man, Dipset was like a movement in New York.
Yeah,
like,
those
it's
mixtapes.
crazy.
They were one of the first ones to really like get mixtapes outside of like they figured. I mean, obviously mixtapes had been a huge thing in the 5 boroughs, but they were the first ones to figure out. Okay, we got the internet now. We can get it everywhere.
He had a song called "I Got It From Ohio." Like he was forever. Like
Yeah.
man, like yeah, Dipset was so dope. It was so dope.
Well, I feel they were like the first ones that like kind of brought like I mean. They had that Harlem style, which is pretty much a traditional element of like music from Harlem, but they also like they had that sense of humor, that like sense of absurdity that played well for the internet.
They were
you know?
They were
ridiculous.
funny. They did
The
albums
first
about like
Dipset-
Kevin Colitis and shit or
Yeah,
whatever.
the first
Yeah.
Dipset song I
Papadopoulos.
heard, they were talking about how to sell crack, and I was like, these dudes are nuts.
Yeah.
And you got to listen to it. Like, yeah, Dipset, man.
And like they figured out like the heat makers, the fake Kanye beats, like they.
Yeah.
I mean that's like and Cameron just in general, like
Cameron's great.
Before
Cameron
memes
is
became a
so
thing, Cameron
great.
understood like how the internet kind of worked and how to.
Cameron is like the transition.
Yeah.
He's like to go from the old rappers.
He's
to
a
the new
missing link.
rappers.
Yeah.
yeah.
He's another one of those guys.
He's like one of those guys who really held
Like
it down.
him and 50 probably were the ones in the and also like Curtis, that diss of 50, one of the most underrated disses of all time.
Yo, and like I also
Style-wise.
respect Dipset, the fact that they went to war with Jay-Z.
Yeah.
Like, yo, you went at the throne.
Yeah.
Like
Called
you
him
gotta
Joe-
respect
in New York,
that.
Joe Camel.
Yeah, like yeah. Oh man,
The way Max B wore thermals, I respect it.
man. Shout out to Max B.
Yeah.
The
All
way
right,
this
Jim
coming
Jones.
back.
Jim Jones wore thermals.
way-
I
the
mean,
way-
but
the
Max
way-
B also
Well, I
incredibly.
mean, who is
influential.
Jim Jones if
Without
not Max B?
Totally. Yeah.
If you want to get in,
Jim Jones did not write "We Fly High."
Yeah,
we all know
exactly.
that.
Yo, he ain't wavy like the boy.
Yeah.
But
Shout
no,
out J.R.
Max B is a
Ryder.
tastemaker, like on the low. Yeah.
I mean, Jewel's on you know.
And Jewels
those
was a
early
kid.
songs.
He was a little boy. Like
Like on
so
Hey Ma.
good.
Like that.
I listened to that this morning too.
Hey Ma is a forever song.
Hey Ma is
That's the
never
song
gonna
forever.
not.
Yeah.
Just his whole thing. I told her I'm 18 and live a crazy life.
Yeah.
Like the Hey Ma video, Jewels can't get in the club until Cameron comes.
Yeah.
Like that's like so
Standing
good.
up, and that that happened.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Because he was a kid.
Yeah,
Like,
child.
yeah, man. No,
Fuck, they were
Dipset.
dope, man. Yeah.
Dipset
And even
Anthem.
like lately, yeah, Dipset Anthem is so good. Dipshits is good. Like, I mean,
Yeah,
I like that
Dipshits
song.
is
Dude,
Yeah.
when I heard Dipshits, like, my heart, like, because Dave
Yeah.
Dash talking on the beginning,
Yeah.
and then just like Cam walking with the fur through Harlem, you're like, yo, it's happening again.
Yeah, it's
Like,
back. Yeah.
Oh, man. Yeah.
And also the Kill Season movie.
Kill a Season the movie. Man,
Neither-
all white?
Yeah.
All white, dressed
Yeah.
like Ronald McDonald?
Yeah.
Oh, man.
Incredible.
I just want
fun
to be a
cinema.
fly guy like Cameron still.
Dude, Cameron was so
He's still
fucking
the
fly.
Some the Bill O'Reilly interview.
Oh,
Taunting
man.
stuff
I know
on
about
man.
you, doggy. Oh,
You
Steph,
mad?
I'll bust your
Wearing
ass.
Utah
Like,
Jazz
the pink
gear.
range. The pink range.
got shot in a Lamborghini. Liv drove to the hospital. The infamous Jesus tweet. But
Yeah, that's right.
It was not even a question.
Man,
You know,
man, I love that dude.
He got driven to the hospital in a Lamborghini, right?
he drove himself.
Himself
I believe,
to a
the
hospital in a
in
Lamborghini.
Bless his heart. Killer Cam.
Killer Cam.
Came up with Mace. Doesn't come up anymore.
And Big
though.
L, who
R.I.P.
DITC also was
Man,
All right, I'm gonna close it out real quick,
close it out.
and thank all the listeners for sticking with us for what's
7 hours.
surely got to be getting on
with the Wind
Yeah, the Gone with
This
the
might
Wind
be the
podcast.
longest one.
This might be a
the longest
record
one I've
breaker, dude. I'm gonna take Stone's Throw, the Stone's Throw click
done. Okay.
with Charisma and Peanut Butter Wolf. That album is so fucking important to me.
Peanut Butter Wolf is nuts.
Yeah, Peanut Butter Wolf was crazy,
Man.
but or is crazy. Charisma's the rap. Yeah,
Yeah.
Peanut Butter Wolf hangs out. He's like friends with
Really?
Eric Andre and shit.
Really?
He was DJing at Eric Andre's birthday party
Butter
last
Wolf?
year. Peanut Butter Wolf.
great guy.
Yeah.
yeah,
Good dude?
great guy. Yeah, very
Yeah.
nice guy.
Man,
yeah.
I gotta go to one of the. Everybody talks about Eric Andre's birthday party.
Yeah, I know. Like
That
everyone's
shit
like,
comes up for me like once a month.
I hear
pretty
about
fun.
it like always the day after.
Yeah, yeah.
like I'm like, oh,
There was-
man.
we were at Eric Andre's birthday party. There was 2 giraffes.
Yeah, there's like shit like that, dude.
Man.
And there's Peanut Butter Wolf DJing, but yeah, Big Shots, the album by Charisma and Peanut Butter Wolf,
Yeah,
is
it's a great album.
so good.
Yeah.
so good. It was. I got it at like the college record store, and then like
Man, that's a good time.
burn through. I love
When
that.
you're like 21
Yes.
and just finding some shit you don't think your friends are on.
Yeah.
That's like the best feeling in the world.
Just enough that money for one album and you nail it.
Yeah,
Love when you nail it.
You got the good. Because I've definitely got the bad one.
Fuck yeah, dude.
I've definitely gone and like got some. I've heard a Cool Keith, and then it was trash.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
But like when you get you spend the money and you get the good one.
I bought a
and your
Cassidy
friends aren't on it. I used to live for like driving around in my Chevy Lumina, playing some shit with my friends in there. My friends would be like, "Who is this?" I'd be
it's still the best.
Oh, you've never heard of Mike Jones the Magnificent? Adorable. You know what I mean?
I'm actually done with this tape. You can have it.
Yeah. I don't even play that shit no more. Knowing I got it 4 hours prior, but I just had to be cool, man.
Fuck, that's still one of my favorite things. Would be driving around Portland with like Sean Jordan playing tracks. Like, dude, who is this? Because it's not Atmosphere, so we didn't know it.
No one said Living Legends.
No, or the Rhymesayers crew, dude. Rhymesayers. But like, I mean, Dilla put Donuts out on that. I don't know if I wouldn't call maybe part of the crew. Maybe that's more of a
Mad Lib is probably
Mad
top
Lib-
5 best producers of all time.
Yeah, Mad Lib's fucking amazing. Mad Villainy was great. I fuck with some Quasimodo songs.
I can't handle it.
Some of it's a
to
little
be honest
weird,
with
man,
you.
but I fuck with some of the
It's weird to
Quasimodo
me.
songs. And your boy Damn Funk is like
I
fucking
mean,
with
Damn Funk's a true hero of modernity.
Yeah.
I mean, if you think about funk, I mean, like, I have the utmost respect for Peanut Butter Wolf, like, obviously for doing the Stones thing, but in particular for Dame Funk, because if you think about it, right, Dame Funk comes out in 2008.
Yeah.
He's a guy in his 30s. He's been doing this for a while. He's on, like, All From the Eye, West Side Connection albums playing keyboard, right? And, like, just like a session keyboardist.
Yeah.
At the time, like, no one is saying funk music, right? They're like, funk music that's been dead for 20 years.
Yeah.
But, like, you have to give credit to somebody to have that kind of foresight and vision and, like, certain, like, I don't give a fuck attitude to be like, no, we're putting it out.
Right, like this is what
We're
I
putting
wanna
out,
do.
Sure.
and not only am I putting out, it's a 25-song album. Like, you know, and
with like 7-minute songs. And
7-minute
shit, too.
songs,
Yeah.
like nothing remotely considering it. Like, I mean, Hood Pass Tax probably a single, but and to do it and to like kind of bet on someone like Dame Funk, who is I think like he's pure. He's like made of music. He's one of those people like Prince, where I was like, you are made of music.
It's
like,
just.
And now funk is
that's
like
the medium to which you speak to the
Yeah.
world.
yeah, with like Thundercat, and then I guess on a more commercial level, Donald
I mean, he's
Glover's
in album
new
with Snoop
and shit.
Dogg. Yeah, like
Yeah.
I mean, he was the
That new,
first.
that new Donald Glover, and I wanted to hate it.
Yeah, it's got some moments.
It
wanted
does
to
have some
hate-
moments.
I wanted to hate it because I don't really like that guy.
Me neither.
I mean, I don't know.
You hear stuff in the comedy world too.
Yeah.
But, yeah.
Yeah. We're from it's from,
Yeah, different perspective on him.
yeah.
But yeah, Stone's Throw, I'd fuck with Stone's Throw. Just off the Charisma and Peanut Butter Wolf alone, but there's like other good shit in the mix
His
there.
name is Peanut Butter Wolf.
Peanut Butter Wolf.
Yeah, and if you ask him why, he's like, I'm not telling.
Oh, but there is a story.
There is
Maybe-
a story. Yeah, there is a story behind it.
I don't even.
I don't think
I'm
he's
trying to
never-
like
Theory.
I'm
Peanut
tr-
butter on the genitals, where you would make a dog lick it off.
Here's
But what if it was a wolf? It would eat the genitals.
Here's what I was thinking in my head. There was some type of situation where he was in a confrontation with a bunch of wolves.
Yeah.
And he had to use some peanut butter to throw him
Up
off.
in Griffith Park.
Yeah, like they were going to fight him.
Yeah.
And he threw the peanut butter in the bushes.
Yeah.
They went for the butter. He went home.
And he
clever
went
move.
home, made a beat.
You made a-
Oh, well, this has been a fucking marathon.
Man, this was
Just-
good, though.
just-
Best day of my life.
This is great. I had a great time, man.
This
Just
was a fun. Nobody even got to DPGC.
4 rounds only. I mean, we left some shit. Yeah,
I
right?
was so sure somebody.
Yeah,
was
I
gonna-
mean, Death Row, because it's like, it was one of those things where it's like, is that a clique? Is that
right?
a group? Is
Aftermath, same way.
Yeah.
Aftermath.
But
yeah.
nobody, I mean, ASAP Mob.
Shady Aftermath.
Shady Aftermath.
Unit.
G-Unit definitely was.
I'm just glad we didn't. I thought we were going to get to the dregs. I thought we were going to be picking the St. Lunatics by the end.
We might have been if we went 5 rounds. This
Yeah.
was
How
only 4
dare you
rounds.
besmirch the fun name Murphy Lee.
I'm sorry.
So just to recap, Mike Eagle went Native Tongues, Wu-Tang Clan, Outsiders, and Project Blow. It's a strong list.
Strong list.
David Gborie, you went Rockefeller, Cash Money, Rough Riders, and Post Biggie Bad Boy.
Oh, man. I got hits on mine.
That
Yeah.
is jiggy.
Yo,
a jiggy
mine is the ASCAP list.
Jeff, you, a lot of
I want
royalties.
the
dude.
publishing on your list.
Yeah. A lot of samples, too, though.
Lot of stuff.
Jeff, you went Dungeon Family, Screwed Up Click, The Juice Crew, and Dipset.
That's like a true head
That's a great
list.
fucking list.
That's like You should be proud of that list.
And
I appreciate that. Thank you.
I don't
like a
even
true
know
hat
what to
list.
make of mine. Good
I'll
music.
tell my mom that. She'll be like, I don't know what you're talking about.
What's a hat?
Well, I'm one, Mom.
Your son is a hat.
Good music, Top Dog Entertainment / Black Hippie, Missy Elliott, whatever we decided to call
Whatever
the
that is
Virginia
called.
Crew, and Stone's Throw.
I like yours because it's all over the place.
It's real crazy
It's
shit.
really like
Yeah.
it shows an affinity for the culture as a whole.
Thank you very much. Thank you, David.
No problem. That's how I feel.
This has been another episode of All Fantasy Everything. Shout out to our sponsors. Thank you again. And tune in next week for another brand new episode of All Fantasy Everything.
That was a HeadGum podcast.